Chapter 35-48, Swoosh. On both sides of the sacred peak, the radiant wings flapped, unaffected by Wangxian's suppression. It flew off into the distance at a terrifying speed. Wangxian frowned when he saw this. He shook his head helplessly. The twin dragon eyes were the innate treasure of the sacred dragon bloodline. This innate treasure was merely a restriction set up by the sacred dragon king. This sacred peak was obviously the innate treasure of the angel clan. It wasn't easy to obtain the innate treasure of the angel clan. It was obvious that the archangel had set up a restriction. Moreover, the archangel's level wasn't low. At this time, he sensed something and looked in a direction. His eyes shone brightly. What the fuck? What the fuck? At the same time, at a place extremely far away from the Dragon Palace, a group of braver experts was watching the scene at the Dragon Palace through various treasures and tools. When the battle started, when the terrifying energy swept across the sky above the Dragon Palace, they couldn't see anything clearly. They vaguely saw the sacred dragon sun charging down, and then nothing. As the distance was too far, they couldn't hear anything. However, the end of this war was much faster than they had expected. In less than a few minutes, everything was calm. Following which, they saw the group of experts from the Dragon Palace hovering in the air. As for the experts from the sacred dragon bloodline, they were reduced to corpses. How is this possible? How is this possible? The sacred dragon bloodline was defeated. In less than a few minutes, they either died or fled. The sacred dragon bloodline sent out 11 third-order universe sovereigns this time. Over 20 second-order universe sovereigns? How could they be defeated so quickly? Did you guys see the radiant divine dragon corpses beside the Dragon Palace? Damn, how is this possible? How was this possible? When they saw the sacred dragon bloodline attacking the Dragon Palace, they thought it would be a fierce battle. They thought the Dragon Palace would be defeated and flee, but they had never imagined that this would be the result. The sacred dragon bloodline was defeated, and a group of experts were killed. How was this possible? Based on the strength that the Dragon Palace had displayed, how strong were they? Try, Mad 1, Gad 2, Catch, X, at most, 3 or 4 third-order sovereigns. But now, to be able to defeat 11 third-order sovereigns in such a short period of time, how terrifying was their strength? This battle was completely out of everyone's expectations. An expert from Dragon Palace is looking in our direction. No way. What kind of strength does he have? We're so far away, yet you can sense it. This Dragon Palace wouldn't have a terrifying existence at the Universe Lord realm, right? That should be the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace. Did he sense us? At this moment, they saw Wangxian looking in their direction. Everyone immediately felt their scalps go numb. They were already far enough away. How could this be discovered? That figure disappeared. Right at this moment, an expert spoke. According to their detection treasures, Wangxian's figure had already disappeared. They probably didn't notice us. We're already very far from the Dragon Palace. Even a third-order sovereign realm expert would need at least a minute to fly over. An old man said. The rest of the people nodded slightly. From their perspective, they were very safe from this distance. To prevent any accidents, they had set up a perimeter. Even a third-order sovereign realm expert would need at least a minute to fly over. This minute was enough for them to leave. Not to mention a minute, even a second was enough for them to leave. I didn't expect the strength of the Dragon Palace to be so terrifying. I feel that the strength of the Dragon Palace isn't any weaker than the sacred dragon bloodline. Although the sacred dragon bloodline didn't give it their all, the speed of the Dragon Palace's victory was too fast. Yeah. I feel that the strength of the Dragon Palace is already stronger than the ancestral dragon bloodline. The group of experts discussed in shock as their eyes flickered. But it's good that the Dragon Palace is strong. If the sacred dragon bloodline wins, the divine dragon clan will probably be finished. A middle-aged man laughed. From an outsider's point of view, they hoped that the Dragon Palace would win. After all, no normal living being would wish for a lackey to win. If there's nothing else, leave this place. Try, Mad 1, Gad 2, Catch, X. Just as the middle-aged man finished speaking, A voice was suddenly transmitted into everyone's mind. The abrupt voice exploded in their minds, causing all of their expressions to stiffen. They opened their mouths slightly and lifted their heads to look at the sky. They saw a young, towering figure with dragon horns floating in the air. That young figure swept a glance at them before disappearing in the next moment. At this moment, all the experts broke out in cold sweat. SSS. The sound of people sucking in a breath of cold air could be heard. Everyone looked at each other, their faces filled with shock. Even if he isn't a universe lord, he must have reached the half-step sovereign realm, an expert growled in a low voice. Just now, all of them felt extremely horrified. If this expert from the Dragon Palace attacked them, all of them would probably be dead by now. How terrifying. No wonder he could defeat the sacred dragon bloodline so easily. Everyone thought to themselves. Wang Xian only sensed that there were eyes on the Dragon Palace, but he did not see the group of living beings that came over to watch the battle. But just in case, he flew over to check it out. Wang Xian did not say much to this group of people, nor did he care about them. There was no impact on the Dragon Palace. Back in the Dragon Palace, Wang Xian immediately came to the front of the sky formation. At this moment, the sky formation had already started the first curse. At the same time, at the Light God Mountain, in the old lair of the sacred dragon bloodline, when the 6 light divine dragons escaped from the Dragon Palace and returned to their holy kingdoms, they did not immediately recuperate. Instead, they immediately flew towards the sacred Dragon Palace. The death of the sacred dragon son and the terrifying strength displayed by the Dragon Palace had shocked them. Most importantly, they had actually lost 5 third-order sovereigns this time. That was 5 of them. They had fought with the ancestral dragon bloodline for over 1,000 years, and not even 5 of their pinnacle experts had fallen. Over at the Dragon Palace, 5 of them died instantly. They had even fled with all their might. The strength of the Dragon Palace was too terrifying. They wanted to report the death of the sacred dragon son and the group of experts to the sacred dragon king. Chapter 3549, Lord Sacred Dragon King, Lord Sacred Dragon King. Anxious voices rang in the sky above the sacred dragon king's palace. One by one, the experts from the sacred dragon bloodline flew over. Among them, there were 4 experts emitting thick blood chi. Those were injuries that they had yet to recover from. In one of the rooms in the main hall, Sacred Dragon King was sleeping leisurely with a few female light divine dragons in his arms after killing the ancestral dragon leader. Suddenly, he sensed his subordinates barging in and was taken aback. When he sensed the extremely weak bodies of the 4 divine dragons, he was slightly shocked and immediately flew into the main hall. What happened? He came to the dragon throne in the main hall and looked at the 6 subordinates flying in his direction. As he sized up their bodies, his face darkened. This is bad, Sacred Dragon King. The sacred dragon son was killed by the Dragon Palace's Dragon King. Our 4 brothers were also killed by the Dragon King. A terrified voice came from the mouth of a light divine dragon. At this moment, his face was filled with fear. The battle with the Dragon Palace was a nightmare to them. That terrifying strength had killed the sacred dragon son in 3 moves. They had risked their lives to escape from the Dragon Palace. The strength of the Dragon Palace's Dragon King had terrified them. The strength of the Dragon Palace had terrified them. That Dragon Palace was too strong. The 11 of them, who were third-order universe sovereigns, could not put up any resistance. What? Sacred Dragon King's expression changed when he heard the news. He stood up abruptly and shouted in disbelief. Not only that, more than 20 of our second-order universe sovereigns were all killed. We did not even have the chance to escape. We also risked our lives to escape. Another peak expert from the sacred dragon bloodline said, his breathing ragged. However, just as he finished speaking, he let out a terrified roar. A great terror descended on his head. He widened his eyes and slowly extended his arm to cover his head. His eyes were filled with panic. Lord Sacred Dragon King, save me, save me. His eyes were wide open as he screamed in a frenzy. Sacred Dragon King's expression changed when he saw this. He instantly appeared beside that divine dragon and placed his palm on his head. Try, Mad 1, Gad 2, Waves of majestic light energy fell on his head. However, the influx of light energy could not stop his head from splitting open. Ah! Blood-curdling screams rang out from his mouth as the life force in his body rapidly melted away. No, 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 no. Crazed voices kept coming out of his mouth. He didn't want to die. When the other 5 light divine dragons in the surroundings saw this, their expressions changed drastically. Attack! The Holy Dragon King growled and tried to defend himself. Pu. But all of a sudden, it was as if an extremely sharp attack had pierced through the divine dragon's body, directly slicing it into 2. At the same time, a strange energy invaded his flesh and blood, causing his vitality to disappear. Bam! The light divine dragon slowly reverted to its divine dragon form and collapsed in the hall. This is a curse. This is the power of a curse. The Dragon Palace has such a terrifying curse wizard. Oh no, we've left a lot of blood there. A powerful figure trembled violently when he saw his companions and powerful figures dying in front of him in such a bizarre manner. He shouted in fear. They looked at each other, filled with intense fear. This Dragon Palace was too strange. Will the curse continue to descend? A frail and injured old man said. But no one answered him. What's going on? How can the Dragon Palace be so powerful? My dragon son, and you all. The Holy Dragon King stood in front of the corpses of his subordinates and roared in disbelief. The sudden turn of events made him feel incredulous. His expression changed drastically. Ah! I've been cursed. I've been cursed. I can feel it. Your Majesty, save me. At this moment, another panicked voice came from the mouth of a middle-aged divine dragon. He hugged his head in despair. Damn it! When the Holy Dragon King saw this, he roared. With a wave of his palm, a resplendent dragon ball appeared in front of him. The dragon ball emitted a bright light that enveloped him. At the same time, a book appeared in front of him. The glowing words on the book landed on his body. The 2 carnate cardinal treasures formed a layer of defense on his body at the same time. Try, Mad 1, Gad 2, Catch, X. The use of the 2 carnate cardinal treasures was also very obvious. The crack that appeared above his head began to slowly disappear. This is not just the power of the curse. It should be the power of the carnate cardinal treasures. The Holy Dragon King sensed it through the carnate cardinal treasures and said with an ugly expression. His breathing quickened and his expression was uncertain. His gaze swept to the corpses at the side again and his body trembled. Tell me, what's going on? He roared in a low voice. Your Majesty, our second target is the Dragon Palace. The Dragon Palace is very powerful. When we arrived, the Dragon King killed the Holy Dragon Son with 2 carnate cardinal treasures in 3 moves. An expert at the side swallowed and said with lingering fear. Moreover, given our strength, the Dragon Palace's Dragon King can easily kill us in seconds. His strength is very terrifying. In addition, there are more than 10 third-order universe sovereigns in the Dragon Palace. They are very strong, very strong. The Dragon Palace was very strong. The Dragon Palace was very strong. This was what they felt. In fact, to them, the Dragon Palace was even stronger than the sacred dragon bloodline, especially the Dragon Palace's Dragon King's strength. It was truly terrifying. They even felt that the Dragon Palace's Dragon King's strength was no weaker than their Holy Dragon King's. In fact, he was even stronger. Very strong. The Holy Dragon King looked at their fearful expressions and knew that they were really scared by the Dragon Palace this time. Even when they were fighting the ancestral dragon bloodline experts and the ancestral dragon leader back then, they had never seen such an expression. Clearly, the Dragon Palace's Dragon King and the Dragon Palace were very strong. Why is the Dragon Palace so strong? The Holy Dragon King's expression was very ugly. He had just killed a formidable enemy, the ancestral dragon leader. He thought that the sacred dragon bloodline would be able to unify the mystical dragon tribe. He did not expect the Dragon Palace to suddenly appear. Moreover, the Dragon Palace had killed 6 of their third-order universe sovereigns in one go. There were 6 of them. The fall of so many peak experts had greatly damaged the sacred dragon bloodline's strength. Huff. He clenched his fists tightly and his expression changed. His most outstanding son had been killed by the Dragon Palace's Dragon King. Chapter 3550, Dragon King, the curse has been blocked. The other party must have used a carnate cardinal treasure to block the curse of the Devil's Corpse. At the same time, in front of the Dragon Palace, just as the heavenly array was about to curse the second Third Order Universe Sovereign Realm Radiant's Divine Dragon, a surge of energy stopped it. He frowned slightly and reported to Wang Xian, "Has it been blocked? The other party has a carnate cardinal treasure, and it should be a light attribute carnate cardinal treasure, so it's only natural for him to be blocked," said Wang Xian. He wasn't too surprised that the other party could withstand it. The source of curses, the Devil Corpse carnate treasure, was a darkness-type carnate treasure, and a light-type carnate treasure could restrain it to some extent. Given the sacred dragon bloodline's heritage, it was normal for them to be able to withstand it. To be able to kill one, he was already very satisfied. Collect all the corpses. Hehe, the harvest this time is huge. Wang Xian looked around, took out the universe artificial intelligence, took some pictures, and said with a smile, "Yes, Dragon King. We did gain a lot this time." Prime Minister Turtle and the others flew over and said excitedly, 5 Third Order Universe Sovereign Realm corpses and over 20 Second Order Universe Sovereign Realm corpses. This was enough to bring 7 Third Order Universe Sovereigns to the Dragon Palace. With the addition of these three, the number of experts in Dragon Palace would exceed 20. Among the 23rd Order Universe Sovereigns, Wang Xian was a demon-level genius. The strength of the Dragon Palace was considered top-notch even among the high-level races. After taking a few photos, he returned to the Dragon Throne in the Dragon King Palace. Then, he uploaded all the photos to the Universe Intelligent Computer in the name of the Dragon Palace and added some word. Dragon Palace. The sacred dragon bloodline and these dogs want to unify the Divine Dragon Clan? A bunch of dogs wanted to unify the Divine Dragon Clan. Were they even worthy? You dare to come and destroy our Dragon Palace with just this kind of strength? Sacred dragon bloodline, not only have you degenerated into lackeys, but you're also a bunch of trash. The bloodline of the Divine Dragon Clan has been tarnished by you. If not for the fact that your sacred dragon bloodline is located in the Angel Clan, our Dragon Palace would be able to exterminate you now. You dogs. That's it. When Wang Xian sent the message, his eyes were filled with coldness. He was filled with disdain for the sacred dragon bloodline. Try, Mad 1, Gad 2, Catch, X. The peak bloodline of the universe was completely tainted by them. Of all the things he could do, he just had to become a lackey. If the sacred dragon bloodline wasn't in the lair of the angel tribe, Wang Xian would definitely have invaded their territory and annihilated them. However, this time, on the universe AI, he was humiliated to the extreme. After receiving so many corpses and resources, Wang Xian was confident that he could wipe out the entire sacred dragon lineage. Even if the angel tribe might send their subsidiary tribes to help, Wang Xian wasn't too fearful of them. In a war, the Dragon Palace could improve rapidly. Their current strength was enough to protect themselves. The outbreak of war would only make the Dragon Palace stronger and stronger. After Wang Xian sent this message, he ignored it. He knew that the news of the Dragon Palace annihilating the experts of the sacred dragon lineage would cause an uproar in the chaotic world continent. And it was just as he expected. Wang Xian's message was accompanied by a bunch of photos. In the photo, the corpses of the light divine dragons were clearly visible. In particular, one of them was the corpse of the son of the sacred dragon. As the most outstanding son of the sacred dragon king, many experts recognized the son of the sacred dragon, especially when the son of the sacred dragon led a group of experts to annihilate the Dragon Palace. All the experts and disciples of the various tribes knew about this. Many of them were waiting for the news of this battle. In their opinion, the Dragon Palace would be defeated in this battle and would escape. But when they saw Wang Xian's message, they were instantly stirred. What the heck, is this for real? What's going on? The Dragon Palace actually posted such a message on the universe AI? These are the corpses of the experts of the sacred dragon lineage? This. The son of the sacred dragon led a group of experts to annihilate the Dragon Palace and was killed? How is this possible? How is this possible? 11 third-order universe sovereigns and over 20 second-order universe sovereigns. This force should be able to easily annihilate the Dragon Palace, right? What's going on? Over 30 radiant divine dragon corpses were killed by the Dragon Palace. The picture in the middle is of the son of the sacred dragon. The son of the sacred dragon lineage was killed. How can the Dragon Palace be so terrifying? SSS, this is unbelievable. The experts of the sacred dragon lineage should have just arrived at the Dragon Palace not long ago. They were annihilated. Annihilated. Try, Mad 1, Gad 2, Catch, X, on the universe's AI. All the living beings from the various organizations saw this sudden message and stared with wide eyes, filled with disbelief. The experts of the sacred dragon lineage were killed. Those over 30 corpses, over 30 radiant divine dragon corpses. This was completely out of their expectations. How strong was the Dragon Palace? How could the Dragon Palace be so terrifying? The Dragon Palace had just annihilated the 100 Cities Alliance not long ago. How could they hide their strength so well? This was unbelievable. Many experts couldn't believe it. 11 third-order universe sovereigns charged into the Dragon Palace. In such a short time, more than half of them were annihilated. How strong was the Dragon Palace? Only 3 against 1 would have a chance to annihilate those of the same level. No wonder the Dragon Palace did not react to the sacred dragon lineage's attack. It seems like the Dragon Palace did not put the sacred dragon lineage in their eyes at all. The Dragon Palace's statement is awesome. They scolded the sacred dragon lineage as lackeys and trash. This Dragon Palace is so fierce. Indeed, they are too strong. I want to know how many experts the Dragon Palace has. On the universe AI, countless races and forces were dumbfounded. The Dragon Palace that could kill the son of the sacred dragon lineage and other experts was too terrifying. Such strength could be ranked in the top among the high-level races. They felt that this battle record was even stronger than the ancestral dragon lineage. Wang Xian's announcement caused the entire chaotic continent to be in an uproar. At this moment, other than the pinnacle races, all the other races would have to pay attention to the Dragon Palace. The Battle of the Dragon Palace and this announcement had shocked everyone. On the contrary, the sacred dragon lineage had embarrassed themselves greatly this time. A year ago, the sacred dragon king of the sacred dragon lineage killed the leader of the ancestral dragon lineage and announced that they would unify the divine dragon lineage. In the end, the son of the sacred dragon lineage had just annihilated a pinnacle expert of the ancestral dragon lineage and almost all of them died in the Dragon Palace. Moreover, the Dragon Palace had called the sacred dragon lineage trash and lackeys. This was a blatant humiliation. Chapter 3551. The experts of the sacred dragon bloodline were killed by the Dragon Palace. At this moment, other than the sacred dragon bloodline, who were the most shocked and fearful, the ancestral dragon bloodline was the most shocked and dumbfounded. Especially the peak experts of the ancestral dragon bloodline. Not long ago, they had just conversed with the Dragon King on the AI. The Dragon King wanted them to gather at the Dragon Palace. They did not agree because they did not have the confidence to fight against the sacred Dragon King. When the sacred dragon's son led a group of experts to destroy the Dragon Palace, they had reminded the Dragon King to hide as much as possible. After the sacred dragon's son and the others entered the Eternal Heaven River, the peak experts of the ancestral dragon bloodline were paying close attention. They did not expect such an ending. This Golden Dragon King, how strong is the Dragon Palace? In the pictures released by the Dragon Palace, there were 5 corpses of third-order universe sovereigns. Those were the peak experts of the sacred dragon bloodline. Out of 11, 5 were killed. Not a single second-order universe sovereign was left alive. This is too terrifying. In the virtual communication space on the AI, the 13 peak experts of the ancestral dragon bloodline gathered once again. One of the demonic dragons looked at the Golden Dragon King and could not help but ask, "This? I don't know either." When the Golden Dragon King heard his words, he shook his head. His eyes were filled with a trace of confusion. Previously, they told the Dragon King about the strength of the sacred dragon bloodline and the ancestral dragon bloodline. At that time, the Dragon King was very confident that he could stop them. However, They did not believe him. Now that they saw the result, they were a little dazed. Did the Dragon Palace really need them with their strength? With such a result, they did not need the peak experts of the ancestral dragon bloodline to resist the sacred dragon bloodline, right? Of the 11 Third Order Sovereign Realm Radiant's divine dragons, 5 had been killed. Ever since the ancestral dragon bloodline and the sacred dragon bloodline clashed, they had never killed so many expert. The strength that the Dragon Palace had displayed shocked them. What should we do now? Should we talk to the Dragon Palace and ally with them, or? A water dragon asked. The sacred dragon bloodline has lost so many experts to the Dragon King. Now, it is impossible for them to deal with the ancestral dragon bloodline. I think we should regroup and find a place closer to the Dragon Palace. Try, Mad 1, Gad 2, Catch, X, a divine dragon suggested. His words made the group of mystical dragons fall into deep thought. The strength displayed by the Dragon Palace shocked them. Moreover, the Dragon Palace was not an enemy, but a friend. They could totally take care of each other. After all, the sacred dragon bloodline was their enemy. I think it's possible. In the future, if anyone from the ancestral dragon lineage can break through the shackles and reach the Universe Lord realm, he will be the next leader of the ancestral dragon lineage. If one day, a Universe Lord realm expert is born in the Dragon Palace, we can join the Dragon Palace. Our leader's goal is to restore the glory of the mystical dragon clan, not to stick to our so-called ancestral dragon lineage, the Golden Dragon King said as he looked at them. All right, when our leader disbanded the ancestral dragon bloodline, it was because of this principle. Whoever becomes the universe dominator will be the king of our divine dragon clan. Let's first ally with the Dragon Palace. If the Dragon Palace really gives birth to a divine dragon at the Universe Dominator realm, we'll join the Dragon Palace. The group of peak experts from the ancestral dragon's bloodline nodded slightly. Golden Dragon King, come and contact the Dragon King. Convey our message. The Fire Dragon King said. The Golden Dragon King nodded and immediately sent a message to Wang Xian. These two treasures seem to be one. TSK, they can actually detect people with the divine dragon bloodline. Moreover, they are very accurate. Is this treasure used to deal with the ancestral dragon lineage and our Dragon Palace? At the same time, in the Dragon King Hall, Wang Xian looked at the treasures in his hands with a smile. 2 treasures that looked like rulers. The first ruler was obtained from the 100 Cities Alliance leader. The second was obtained from Sun Shenglong. Other than the inborn cardinal treasure, the double dragon eyes, this ruler was the most valuable treasure he had. The dragon-seeking ruler was just like its name. After sensing the effects of the dragon-seeking ruler, Wang Xian's eyes fell on the double dragon eyes in front of him. This should be forged from the dragon eyes of a divine dragon at the Universe Dominator realm. There was a terrifying power of light contained on it. The double dragon eyes had 2 very powerful uses. One was the light imprisonment of the void, activating the double dragon eyes to observe the enemy, releasing thin lines of light to imprison the enemy. The second was the world of dragon eyes. The world of dragon eyes could be used for defense. It could also allow one to have an insight ability. Try, Mad 1, Gad 2, Catch, X. 2 powerful and mysterious abilities. Wang Xian could use this double dragon eyes and it could bring him a significant improvement. Wang Xian was prepared to refine it and integrate it into his dragon eyes. The reason why Sun Shenglong did not integrate it into his dragon eyes was because this double dragon eyes had already been refined by the sacred Dragon King. In a sense, this inborn cardinal treasure belonged to the sacred Dragon King. The Sun Shenglong could only unleash a portion of its power. Wang. Just as Wang Xian was about to refine the double dragon eyes, the Universe AI sent a message from the Golden Dragon King. After seeing this message, he smiled and replied directly. Regarding the decision of the ancestral dragon lineage, Wang Xian naturally had no objections. Currently, the ancestral dragon lineage was on the same side. Although the current Dragon Palace was not afraid of the sacred dragon lineage, but the sacred dragon lineage had the angel clan behind them. Having the ancestral dragon lineage as a comrade was extremely beneficial to the Dragon Palace. After refining it, I'll deal with the sacred dragon lineage. Wang Xian's eyes shone brightly. He was not a passive person. The Sun Shenglong had already charged over. Now that the ancestral dragon lineage and the dragon palace were at an irreconcilable stage, since that was the case, he would strike first to gain the upper hand. Although he could not kill his way to the Light God Mountain directly, the disciples of the sacred dragon lineage were not limited to the Light God Mountain. With the dragon-seeking ruler in his hands, he could totally hunt them down. The other party had lost 6 pinnacle experts. Now, there were still 13. Annihilating the sacred dragon lineage would bring about a huge boost to the dragon palace. Moreover, even if the angel clan sent their subsidiary races to help, Wang Xian was not afraid. Back then, the experts from the angel clan had killed him instantly. Wang Xian had always remembered this grudge. On the universe AI, the experts and disciples of all the forces were still discussing. They were discussing what the sacred dragon lineage would do next. They were discussing the current situation of the divine dragon lineage, and over at the Light God Mountain, the sacred dragon king was extremely embarrassed. His most outstanding son was killed, the inborn cardinal treasure was lost, and 5 pinnacle experts were killed. This time, the sacred dragon lineage had suffered a huge loss. Chapter 3552. The Holy Dragon King naturally knew everything about the universe AI. He also knew that the Dragon Palace was an insult to the sacred dragon bloodline. He watched on. Other than burning with rage, there was nothing he could do. The strength displayed by the Dragon Palace and the description of the Dragon King by his subordinates gave him a feeling. It was basically impossible for him to kill the Dragon King. It was even difficult for the current sacred dragon bloodline to destroy the ancestral dragon bloodline. Not to mention that the ancestral dragon bloodline would definitely ally with the Dragon Palace. It was impossible for the current sacred dragon bloodline to avenge his son and subordinate. His expression changed drastically and he took out a ball of light. He moved and the ball of light floated above him. He slowly knelt down. "Greetings, Master." He greeted the ball of light with unusual respect. Buzz. The ball of light trembled slightly and a 12-winged archangel slowly appeared. This was an abnormally young archangel with an extremely handsome face. "Tianguang, what's the matter?" The archangel looked down at the Holy Dragon King and asked calmly. "Master, the sacred dragon bloodline is in trouble." The Holy Dragon King knelt there with unusual respect and told him everything that had happened. The archangel's expression did not change at all as he listened to him. Why did a dragon palace suddenly appear? The archangel frowned slightly when he heard his words. Then, he shook his head. "Forget it. This is also good news. Previously, when you killed the ancestral dragon leader, I received good news. Follow me." As the archangel spoke, the ball of light shone. The light enveloped the Holy Dragon King. The next moment, the Holy Dragon King appeared above an island. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Chirping sounds came from all around him. It was the cry of a phoenix. "This is..." The Holy Dragon King looked around and was slightly shocked. He quickly knelt down and bowed respectfully to the archangel in front of him. "Master." The young and handsome archangel in front of him was the Holy Dragon King's master. He was a son of the Archangel King, the 3rd prince of the Angel clan, a very terrifying existence. His power was definitely not something that Archangel Gabriel could compare to. "Try, Mad 1, Gad 2, Catch, X, follow me." The 3rd prince spoke plainly to the Holy Dragon King as he brought him to the center of an island. This was an incomparably huge island, and the island was surrounded by carvings of divine dragons. The sacred Dragon King surveyed his surroundings, his eyes filled with shock. It was his first time here, but he knew what this place was. The Dragon Island of the Divine Dragon Clan, the peak of the Divine Dragon race. Many divine dragons were scattered in the various oceans and lakes of the universe. However, most of the mystical dragons, as well as the weaker ones, lived here. Dragon Island. This was one of the oceans of the mountains and seas. The Divine Dragon Clan, which stood at the pinnacle, occupied a place in the seas of the mountains and seas. Even the various star behemoths in the Sea of the Mountains and Seas didn't dare to step into the territory of the Divine Dragon Clan. The sacred Dragon King surveyed his surroundings, his eyes sparkling. The current Dragon Island had obviously been occupied, and the one who occupied it was not the Angel clan, but the Phoenix clan, who had once had a very good relationship with the Divine Dragon clan. As for whether they occupied this place to wait for the Divine Dragon clan to return to its former glory, or for other reasons, he had no idea. The Sacred Dragon King couldn't guess the affairs of such a pinnacle clan. "Third Prince, come in," a voice rang in their minds. Immediately after, the Sacred Dragon King sensed the changes in his surroundings. A majestic dragon aura rushed over. Under this dragon aura, the Sacred Dragon King seemed to feel the gaze of his ancestors. He immediately knelt on the ground. In front of him were 9 statues. Each statue represented a purebred divine dragon of a different attribute. The 9 divine dragons of different attributes weaved together, forming a sealed dragon gate. At this moment, beside the dragon gate stood an azure blue figure. There were some wings on the figure's back. Those were phoenix wings. The Phoenix clan didn't just have fire phoenixes. They also had water phoenixes. "Qingjiang, how confident are you in your guess?" The third prince looked at the azure blue figure and asked. "This time, 50%. We just need to raise him to the Universe Lord level to verify it." The Qingjiang Aqua Phoenix glanced at the Sacred Dragon King and said plainly. At the side, when the Sacred Dragon King heard this, his body trembled. "Try, Mad 1, Gad 2, Catch, X. It's very difficult to rely on external forces to break through to the Universe Lord level." The third prince frowned slightly. "This is your problem, third prince. Your angel clan will always have a way. Everything can be done at the same time. Let him unify the Divine Dragon clan first. I know about the Universe AI. The more purebred divine dragons of the Divine Dragon clan, the better." The Qingjiang Aqua Phoenix said plainly. The third prince frowned slightly and looked at her. "If the verification is successful, it will be very troublesome to nurture the other 8 attributes of the Universe Lord level Divine Dragon. There's no other way. There are only so many resources in the universe. Our actions are worth it. If you want to obtain the heart of light and darkness, you have to try." The Qingjiang Aqua Phoenix turned towards him and said plainly. The third prince fell silent. The Angel clan. They were divided into 2 major clans. One was the Radiant Angels, the other was the Fallen Dark Angels. The Angel clan had 2 great angel kings. The 2 great angel kings were brothers. The Angel clan also had their Heavenly Yuan creation, the light attribute Heavenly Yuan creation. The darkness attribute Heavenly Yuan creation also existed today. This also meant that even if he exhausted all his opportunities in life, he could only reach his father's level. But he knew that there was a Dragon King in the Dragon Palace who had both the light and darkness attribute. If he had 2 attributes, he would have the opportunity to stand at a height even higher than his father. And that Dragon King's treasure, the heart of light and darkness, might be here. The Divine Dragon Clan's Dragon Graveyard. A place where even the Divine Dragon Clan perished and the Heavenly Yuan creation could not open. How could there not be treasures in such a place? Therefore, they thought of every possible way to open it. Now, the Qingjiang Aqua Phoenix had some guesses from the blood of the ancestral dragon bloodline leader, and this possibility was very high. That was, using the 9 attributes, the Universe Lord level, and the purebred divine dragon blood as a guide to open this dragon gate. To obtain the treasures of the Dragon Palace. The only unsolved mystery of the Divine Dragon Clan's demise was that all the treasures of the Divine Dragon Clan had disappeared. It was very likely that they were here. If they could open it, the treasures inside might cause the Peak clans to be excited. After all, the Divine Dragon bloodline had the Heavenly Yuan creation. Chapter 3553, Sacred Dragon King lay in front of the Dragon Gate, listening to the third prince and Aqua Phoenix's conversation. He lowered his head, not daring to speak. At the same time, his eyes shone with excitement. From the third prince's conversation, Sacred Dragon King received a piece of news. That was, they wanted to raise themselves to the Universe Lord realm. That was the Universe Lord realm. Universe Lord realm usually represented a peak race. His current strength was already very strong, invincible in the same realm. He even had half a foot in the Universe Lord realm. However, he still had no confidence in breaking through to the Universe Lord realm. At this realm, talent, bloodline, inheritance, and the like were of little help to breaking through. Many experts were stuck at this stage. Especially the experts of the peak races. The disciples of the peak races relied on their bloodline, physique, and inheritance. With sufficient resources, it was not difficult for them to reach the pinnacle of the Universe Lord realm, and the pinnacle of the Universe Lord realm was the combat power of a third-order Universe Lord. However, every peak race had many such powerhouses. Less than 1 out of 10 could take this step. Now, they wanted to help him break through to the Universe Lord realm, using a special method to break through. This made him extremely excited. Only by truly stepping into the Universe Lord realm could one be considered a peak expert in the universe. Alright, I'll give it a try. The third prince looked at Aqua Phoenix and nodded. To raise a third-order Universe Lord purebred mystical dragon to the Universe Lord realm, this was indeed very troublesome. However, with his identity as the third prince, he could still obtain some treasures that could aid in raising his cultivation. However, this was only to help. For such a breakthrough, unless it was assisted by a divine yuan creation level expert, even a king of angels would not have 100% confidence in helping him break through. Fortunately, the Holy Dragon King's talent and current realm were very, very strong. He was comparable to the angel race's pinnacle Universe Lord realm expert. The possibility of him breaking through was very high. I'll leave this matter to you, third prince. After saying that, the Green River Aqua Phoenix's figure slowly disappeared. The third prince looked at Sacred Dragon King. With a wave of his arm, a beam of light enveloped them and they disappeared too. Try, Mad 1, Gad 2, when Catch, X, appeared again, he was already inside a palace of light. The Holy Dragon King continued to kneel there respectfully. Later, I'll find some treasures to help you break through. In addition, I'll inform the other tribes to help you unify the Divine Dragon tribe. The third prince looked at the Holy Dragon King and spoke calmly. Thank you, Master. Thank you, Master. The Sacred Dragon King hurriedly bowed with excitement. Yes, it's best to subdue the experts of Dragon Palace and ancestral dragon bloodline. Don't kill them if you can. The Sacred Dragon King continued. Yes, Master. The Holy Dragon King replied respectfully. The third prince waved at him and said, Go back to your ancestral dragon bloodline and wait for news. The Holy Dragon King stood up respectfully and flew outside excitedly. If he broke through, he would be the king of the Divine Dragon clan. He would be the strongest in the universe. This caused him to be extremely excited. I hope it doesn't disappoint me. Otherwise, I would have raised this dog for nothing. The third prince looked at the departing figure of the Sacred Dragon King and murmured. In fact, the third prince and the angel tribe did not take the Sacred Dragon bloodline seriously at all. To put it nicely, the Holy Dragon King of the Sacred Dragon bloodline was just a mount of the third prince. What was a mount? It was just a slave. It was just a dog. If not for the treasures of the Divine Dragon clan, the third prince would not have spent so many resources to nurture the Sacred Dragon bloodline. However, if he could unlock the treasures of the Divine Dragon clan, all these expenses would be worth it. Time passed day by day. In the Dragon Palace, after a few months, Wang Xian looked at his eyes with a smile. The pair of dragon eyes had integrated into his own dragon eyes. With this pair of dragon eyes, Wang Xian's strength had increased significantly. Next, let's get rid of the Sacred Dragon bloodline, Wang Xian murmured. He was prepared to use the dragon-seeking ruler to hunt down the disciples and experts of the Sacred Dragon bloodline. As for the Dragon Palace, there was nothing for him to worry about. Currently, the ancestral dragon bloodline had begun their great migration. Their destination this time was a place not far from the eternal river of heaven. That was the border of the mountain sea land. When the experts of the ancestral dragon bloodline were done migrating, the Dragon Palace would open a teleportation array to provide support at any time. As for the Dragon Palace, after killing the experts of the Sacred Dragon bloodline, the number of Third-Order Universe Sovereigns had reached 21. Try, Mad 1, Gad 2. Even if Wang Xian left with the Aqua Tentacle King, with the addition of the 13 experts of the ancestral dragon bloodline, it would be enough to withstand the attack of the sacred dragon bloodline. Even if the sacred dragon bloodline had helpers set off in a month. Wang Xian murmured, "Holy Dragon King." More than 10 days passed. At the same time, 6 figures flew over from the sacred dragon bloodline on the Radiance God Mountain. The 6 figures represented the leaders of 6 powerful tribes. The tree man that looked like a tree represented the heaven plant demonic beast clan. The insect-like beings with wings of light were the light cry insect race. The one with a staff. The extremely old man represented the shepherd clan. The black fog with the aura of life represented the black fog spirit clan. The Gowl clan had the body of a human with a mouth that occupied half of its head. The radiant giant made up of radiant stones represented the giant of light clan. The 6 major tribes were the subsidiary tribes of the angel clan, especially the shepherd clan and the giant of light clan. Their strength was exceptionally terrifying. These were the subsidiary tribes that had followed the angel clan since the beginning of this era. Every single one of them was stronger than the sacred dragon bloodline. Moreover, even though they were from a high-level race and not a peak race bloodline, there were many mutated bloodlines and constitutions within their race. In terms of strength, they could still match the peak tribes. Dear leaders, I'll be troubling you next. When the Holy Dragon King saw them, his eyes lit up with excitement. He immediately cupped his fists respectfully. He had great respect for the leaders of these 6 tribes. Their strength was no weaker than the sacred dragon bloodline. Every tribe had their own innate cardinal treasure. If they were willing to help, unifying the divine dragon bloodline would be a piece of cake. We are under the orders of the 3rd prince. Next, we will listen to your orders, Holy Dragon King, to unify the divine dragon clan. With our strength, we can easily help you complete the unification. In the middle, a white-haired old man who was about 2 meters tall said plainly with a 3-meter staff in his hand. Chapter 3554. Yes, with everyone's help, it will be very easy for us to unify the divine dragon tribe. The sacred dragon king nodded solemnly when he heard the shepherd tribe leader's words. With the help of the 6 major tribes, the Holy Dragon King felt that unifying the mystical dragon tribe would be a piece of cake. This was equivalent to the power of 7 sacred dragons. Of course, he would not be able to reach the power of 7 sacred dragons. Not long ago, the sacred dragon's lineage and the ancestral dragon's lineage had obtained the support of the 3rd prince. He gave him a few carnate cardinal treasures. But even so, with the help of the 6 major races, he could easily destroy the ancestral dragon bloodline at its peak. Unifying the divine dragon bloodline would also be easy. Due to their combined strength, the number of 3rd order sovereigns had exceeded 100. Then let's complete the 3rd prince's order as soon as possible. The patriarch of the Giant of Light said indifferently. All right, we, the sacred dragon bloodline, will make an announcement after some time to force the ancestral dragon bloodline and the dragon palace to submit. If they don't submit, we'll use the dragon palace as a warning to the others. The sacred dragon king spoke. The 6 patriarchs nodded. After a brief discussion, they immediately left. As for helping the sacred dragon bloodline unify the divine dragon tribe, they didn't take it too seriously. Their combined strength was enough to sweep away all enemies. Dragon palace? Easily annihilated. The sacred dragon king sent the 6 tribe leaders off with a smile on his face. Slowly, his expression darkened. Dragon palace, dragon king, this time, I'm going to place your dragon head together with ancestral dragon kings. He roared with a murderous look on his face. Buzz. At this moment, the ball of light on his body flew out, and the figure of the 3rd prince appeared. Greetings, master. He hurriedly knelt on the ground and bowed respectfully. These are some treasures that I obtained with great difficulty. Don't disappoint me. Hurry up and advance to the universe ruler realm. The 3rd prince waved his arm, and drops of resplendent radiant treasures appeared before him. Thank you, master. Thank you, master. I will not disappoint you. The sacred dragon king felt the energy contained in these treasures. His body trembled and he kowtowed in excitement. The 3rd prince did not respond and slowly disappeared. Ha ha ha, ha ha ha, with these treasures, I have a high chance of breaking through to the universe ruler realm. Ha ha ha, try, mad one, gad 2, catch, X, S excited voice echoed in the hall. Time continued to pass. Wang Xian sat in the Dragon Palace and went through the documents. Information about the bloodline of the sacred dragon and the range of their activities. Let's go. Let's take a stroll around the sacred dragon bloodline. When Wang Xian was done with all the information, he stood up with a smile on his face. Prime Minister Turtle, take care of the Dragon Palace. I'm going out for a while. He said this to Prime Minister Turtle. Then, he moved his body and disappeared quickly. It's Dragon King. Prime Minister Turtle answered immediately. It will take more than a year to reach the sacred dragon bloodline from here. However, I should be able to speed it up. Wang Xian flew out of the Dragon Palace and mumbled to himself. The endless saint wings appeared on his back, and he flew in one direction at a terrifying speed. Now that he was going all out, he was comparable to a universe ruler realm expert. A few days later, he arrived at a city and hurried on his way through the teleportation formation. Without the teleportation formation, it would take Wang Xian more than 1,000 years to reach the sacred dragon bloodline from the eternal river of heaven. The interior of the primordial continent was just too big. Without these cities and open races to connect with the teleportation formation, it would take a very long time to travel from one place to another. As Wang Xian rushed towards the sacred dragon bloodline, the sacred dragon bloodline was also making arrangement. After Sacred Dragon King obtained the treasures, he immediately absorbed them. However, it was not that easy to break through to the universe ruler realm. By the time he stored all the resources in his body, a year had passed. I'd better unify the Divine Dragon clan first. I don't want to waste too much time on the 6 major races. Sacred Dragon King opened his eyes and mumbled to himself as he looked at the messages on the universe AI. This time, I'll head out personally to take the head of the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace. He continued mumbling and edited a message on the universe AI. This was because the third prince wanted him to unify the Divine Dragon clan and keep those powerful purebred divine dragons. Therefore, he had to make a statement in advance. This statement was to make the ancestral dragon bloodline and the Dragon Palace surrender directly to avoid too much bloodshed. And he felt that this statement was enough to deter the Dragon Palace and the ancestral dragon bloodline. Try, Mad 1, Gad 2, Catch, X. After editing the information, he immediately contacted the 6 races. Then, he quietly waited for the news. Soon, the statement made by the Sacred Dragon King of the Sacred Dragon bloodline began to spread throughout the chaotic continent at a terrifying speed. Sacred Dragon King, today, the Sacred Dragon bloodline makes a statement. The Heavenly Plant Demonic Beast clan, the Gal Gal clan, the Shepherd clan, the Light Giant clan, the Lightbug clan, and the Black Fog Spirit clan will do their best to help the Sacred Dragon bloodline unify the Divine Dragon clan. Anyone who resists will be killed without mercy. Anyone with the Divine Dragon bloodline will join our clan and become the disciples of the Sacred Dragon bloodline. This announcement quickly spread across the universe's AI system. When everyone saw this message, they were slightly stunned. They pursed their lips and their eyes sparkled. They were very shocked by this announcement. However, the information revealed in this statement shocked them even more. Everyone knew that the Heavenly Plant Demonic Beast clan, the Gal Gal clan, the Shepherd clan, the Light Giant clan, the Lightbug clan, and the Black Fog Spirit clan were following the Angel clan. They were a subsidiary race of the Angel clan. The 6 major races would definitely not help the Sacred Dragon bloodline unify the Sacred Dragon bloodline because the Sacred Dragon bloodline was influential enough to invite them to unify the Divine Dragon clan. The Sacred Dragon bloodline did not have this face. Even if they invited them with treasures and resources, they could not invite them. This was very obvious. The 6 major races had received other orders. And this order obviously came from the Angel clan. In other words, the Angel clan wanted the Sacred Dragon bloodline to unify the Divine Dragon clan. This came from the will of the peak races. Who could resist? The Dragon Palace? The ancestral dragon bloodline? That was obviously impossible. This Heavenly Plant Demonic Beast clan, the Gal Gal clan, the Shepherd clan, the Light Giant clan, the Lightbug clan, and the Black Fog Spirit Clan are helping the Sacred Dragon bloodline unify the Divine Dragon Clan. How can the Dragon Palace and the Ancestral Dragon bloodline resist? This is the will of the peak races. The Dragon Palace and the Ancestral Dragon bloodline are completely finished. 6 major races. These are 6 major races. TSK, I really didn't expect that the Sacred Dragon King had convinced the Angel Clan or that the Angel Clan had arranged this. But no matter what, the Divine Dragon Clan is going to be unified by the Sacred Dragon bloodline. Chapter 3555. The 6 major races assisted the Sacred Dragon bloodline to unify the Divine Dragon race. This news quickly spread across the universe's AI. With regards to the unification of the Divine Dragon's bloodline, there were no factions or experts that maintained a doubtful attitude. If it was said that the Sacred Dragon bloodline had wanted to unify the Divine Dragon tribe for the first time, they would have needed a long period of battle. However, this time, the Sacred Dragon bloodline's unification seemed to be a piece of cake to the powerhouses of the various races and faction. That's right, a piece of cake. Because this might be mixed with the will of the peak races. If the Angel race said they would help the Sacred Dragon bloodline unify the Divine Dragon race, who could stop them? No one. The other peak races would not offend the Angel race for this. The unification of the Divine Dragon race might be completed very soon with the arrival of all the experts and disciples. Even now, the Dragon Palace had displayed terrifying strength. Alas, there were too many helpers from the Sacred Dragon bloodline this time, so many that this force could make all factions despair. The 6 major races were the subsidiary races of the Angel race and also the core subsidiary races. None of them was weaker than the Sacred Dragon bloodline. How could the Ancestral Dragon bloodline resist such power? How could the Dragon Palace resist? Even if they joined forces, they could not resist. How could this be? The 6 major races helped the Sacred Dragon bloodline unify the Divine Dragon race. How could this be? What are the Angel race trying to do? Why do they want the Sacred Dragon bloodline to unify the Divine Dragon race? Over at the Ancestral Dragon bloodline, now that the Dragon Palace had erupted with terrifying power, the Ancestral Dragon bloodline benefited the most. They had already begun the migration, all gathered together, and then moved to a place closer to the Dragon Palace. They had even discussed with the Dragon King that after they migrated, both sides would open the teleportation formation. With the Dragon Palace, they were not afraid of the Sacred Dragon bloodline. Even if the Sacred Dragon bloodline had some helpers, they were not afraid at all. But they did not expect that they would have so many helpers this time. One could even see at a glance that the Angel race was completely involved. The 6 major races plus the Sacred Dragon bloodline, even if they joined forces with the Dragon Palace, they would not be a match. There was no way to fight. What should we do? What should we do now? In the virtual space of the Universe AI, the 13 peak experts of the Ancestral Dragon bloodline gathered again to discuss. Try, Mad 1, Gad 2, Catch, X, their faces were very ugly. He had just seen a glimmer of hope at the end of the tunnel, but he did not expect that it would usher in an even deeper hell. Could it be that we have to surrender? Submit to these dogs of the Sacred Dragon bloodline? One of the Azure Dragons could not help but let out a low growl. This power caused them to lose the confidence to resist. If we don't submit, we'll die. They're too strong. Even if our Ancestral Dragon Chief is here, we're still no match for them. What should we do now? The pinnacle experts of the Ancestral Dragon's bloodline had lost their backbone. In the face of this matter, they were also filled with helplessness. This power wasn't something they could resist. He couldn't block it. If you don't submit, then die. If he submitted, he would still have a chance of survival. If they resisted, the bloodline of the Ancestral Dragon would bleed like a river. The lives of too many disciples were now in their hands. Their decision would affect the fate of the entire Ancestral Dragon's bloodline. Let's ask the Dragon King. We'll see what the Dragon King decides on this matter. If the Dragon King says to resist, we'll continue to migrate and form an alliance to resist. I don't believe that the combined strength of us and the Dragon Palace can't resist them. If the Dragon King can't do anything about it, then we, the Golden Dragon King said with a sullen face. The rest of the experts of the ancestral dragon's bloodline frowned and were filled with helplessness. All right. They pondered for a moment and nodded their heads. It would depend on the decision of the Dragon Palace. If the Dragon Palace wanted to resist, then they would resist. If the Dragon Palace surrendered, then they would too. Let me contact the Dragon King, the Golden Dragon King said with a sullen face. Wang. However, at this moment, Wang Xian had just walked out of a teleportation formation. He did not know about the matters of the universe AI. He did not see the statement from the sacred dragon's bloodline either. However, Wang Xian's universe AI kept sending him urgent news. He could only check it now because he was in the middle of a long-distance teleportation. Taking out the universe AI, Wang Xian first looked at the message from Prime Minister Turtle. When he saw the information above, he was slightly stunned. The 6 major forces wanted to help the sacred dragon's bloodline to unify the divine dragon race. He frowned and looked around. After which, he came to a restaurant. He opened the universe AI and searched for the statement regarding the sacred dragon's bloodline. Try, Mad 1, Gad 2, Catch, X. When he saw the messages, he squinted his eyes slightly. Following which, he looked up some information about the 6 major clans. The 6 major clans were the 6 high-level clans that had existed since the beginning of this apocalypse. Each of the clans was extremely powerful. Individually, they were only slightly weaker than the Dragon Palace. Wang. At this moment, the Golden Dragon King sent him a message. Wang Xian opened it and took a look. Looking at the messages, he was deep in thought. The 6 major clans and the sacred dragon's bloodline had more than 100 third-order universe sovereigns. The number should be between 120 to 100. This number was absolutely terrifying. It was 5 times that of the Dragon Palace and the ancestral dragon's bloodline. If they were to really fight, they wouldn't be a match for them at all. Not to mention that the Light Clan might be behind them. It's impossible for us to surrender, Wang Xian murmured as he took out the universe AI to search. After nearly a year of travel, Wang Xian was almost at the vicinity of the sacred dragon's bloodline, and the city he was in now belonged to a high-level clan that was open to the public. His eyes flickered as he looked at the surrounding map and slowly narrowed his eyes. Finally, he set his sights on one place. With the current strength of the Dragon Palace, they couldn't withstand the invasion of the 6 major clans and the sacred dragon's bloodline. But if they wanted to invade, even if they flew over, it would probably take more than a year. In other words, the Dragon Palace could improve its strength in this 1 year, and the fastest way to improve their strength was undoubtedly through war. The best way was to kill the experts of the 6 major clans, reduce their strength, and increase the strength of the Dragon Palace. Facing the alliance of the 6 major clans, the Dragon Palace and the ancestral dragon's bloodline might be able to withstand it. I can't hesitate anymore. Act now. Killing intent flashed in Wang Xian's eyes. Since the 6 major clans wanted to attack the Dragon Palace would strike first. Not all the subsidiary clans of the Angel Clan were at the Radiance God Mountain. Moreover, the Angel Clan wouldn't let them stay in their territory. The 6 major clans were all around the Radiance God Mountain. Chapter 3556. Among the 6 major races, the Heaven Plant Demon Beast race is the furthest from the Angel race. Moreover, I can directly teleport into the Heaven Plant Demon Beast race's territory from here. Wang Xian murmured to himself as his eyes sparkled. His figure moved and disappeared in an instant. Soon, he arrived at the location of a teleportation array and immediately teleported. When he reappeared, he was already in a forest. An incomparably huge forest and huge trees formed a flourishing area. This forest was called the Heaven Plant Forest. The Heaven Plant Forest was incomparably vast, and it was also the base camp of the Heaven Plant Demon Beast. The Heavenly Plant Forest was not named after the Heavenly Plant Demon Beast. Instead, the Heavenly Plant Demonic Beasts were named after the Heavenly Plant Forest. The Heavenly Plant Demon Beasts were the kings of this forest. In this 1 eon, nearly 20 mutated Heavenly Plant Demon Beasts had been born. The golden-ringed demonic beast that was shot to death by the elves was a mutated demonic beast. Speaking of which, Wang Xian had quite a feud with the Heaven Plant Demonic Beast. Last time, If it wasn't for the elf clan's experts, he might have been injured. Wang Xian appeared in the teleportation formation of this region. This bustling area belonged to the outskirts of the heaven plant beasts territory. This was because the celestial botanical forest had all sorts of wood elemental treasures and many wood elemental desolate beasts. Many wood elemental cultivators would come here to train and search for treasures. Wang Xian scanned the surroundings. All kinds of wood-type creatures were moving around in the surroundings. Among them, the demonic beasts were the most numerous. Plant-type creatures were also classified as demonic beast. Many trees were running, and there were some flowers and grasses. With the concealment of the one-leaf treasure, other experts would only be able to sense that he was an expert with the wood attribute. None of the creatures around him paid any attention to his appearance. Wang Xian walked straight ahead and came to the front of a huge tree. The inside of the tree was hollowed out, and the words "Wine of Life" were written on it. Wang Xian walked in and ordered a bottle of wine and some delicacies unique to this place. Standing on the top of this huge tree, Wang Xian surveyed his surroundings. He then searched on the universe intelligence system, but he didn't get much information. Wang Xian took out the universe AI and contacted Enlai. Try, Mad 1, Gad 2, Catch, X, Dark Ardent quickly replied. With a wave of his arm, he set up a demon spirit altar at the side. A few seconds later, a dozen figures appeared beside Wang Xian. The venomous horned dragon, led by the Yamata no demon fiend, appeared. Greetings, Dragon King. They looked at Wang Xian and immediately bowed respectfully. Wang Xian nodded. Orokai, Demonshaw, you guys should have heard about the news from the sacred dragon lineage, right? Dragon King, we have received the news. Yamata no Demonshaw nodded. Now, after obtaining the resources, Demon Fiend's strength had broken through, reaching the third-order universe sovereign realm. Behind them were all first- and second-order universe lord realm venom-horned dragons. The 6 races want to help the divine dragon bloodline deal with us. We must make some preparations. Wang Xian looked at them and said, "This is the territory of the Heavenly Plants Demonic Beast Clan. Go and infiltrate the Heavenly Plants Demonic Beast Clan. Even if you can't annihilate them, you have to kill a dozen third-order sovereigns." The eyes of the Yamata no Demonshaw and the rest flickered as they looked around. Dragon King, leave the task of gathering information to us. We will obtain important information about the Heavenly Plants Demonic Beast as soon as possible. Be quick. I'll give you a month to gather information. We will strike immediately after that. Wang Xian instructed them. Yes, Dragon King. Yamata no Demonshaw answered immediately. They signaled to their subordinates behind them and disappeared immediately. This wasn't the center of the territory of the Heavenly Plants Demonic Beast Clan. Wang Xian had already sensed that there weren't many experts around. Therefore, no one would discover them. Wang Xian had set the time to attack the Heavenly Plants Demonic Beast Clan for a month later mainly because he was worried that the 6 races and the sacred dragon lineage would converge and begin to unify the divine dragon clan. To prevent all the experts from converging, Wang Xian had to launch the attack as soon as possible. He had to catch them off guard. Enlai, get all the third-order universe sovereigns in the Dragon Palace ready. The battle will commence in a month. Wang Xian instructed Enlai. Yes, Dragon King. Enlai nodded and disappeared. Wang Xian sat there and took a sip of the specialty wine of the Heavenly Plants Demonic Beast Clan. He scanned the surroundings coldly. Try, Mad 1, Gad 2. If the Heavenly Plants Demonic Beast Clan didn't participate in their war, he wouldn't attack them for no reason. This time, I'd like to see who will be the one attacking who. Whoever gets annihilated. He muttered to himself as he sat there quietly, waiting for news. Pass the news to the other kings and get them ready. We will gather at the sacred dragon lineage in a month's time. We will march together with the sacred dragon king to unify the divine dragon clan. At this moment, in the center of the heavenly plants forest, there was a huge waterfall in the center of the heavenly plants forest. Below the waterfall was a huge river. The trees here were even taller and towering into the clouds, exuding vitality. Beside the waterfall, there was a tree that was hundreds of thousands of meters tall. In the middle of the tree, There were 2 eyes and a mouth. He looked at his subordinates below and ordered plainly, "Yes, chief." Below, a dozen treants that were a few meters tall answered immediately. The Heavenly Plants demonic beast clan was led by the chief. However, it was also divided into 12 kings. The 12 kings represented the 12 branches of the Heavenly Plants demonic beast clan. They were a united force. However, they were also different from the 100 Cities Alliance. Their alliance was closer. The chief of the Heavenly Plants demonic beast held the power to decide life and death. The sacred dragon lineage had already made their announcement. Then, it was time to unify the divine dragon clan. This time, they only needed the peak experts from each race to go. Moreover, there were 7 races in total. They didn't need all the experts from each race to go. They could gather 83rd Order Universe Sovereigns to help unify the divine dragon lineage quickly. The sacred dragon lineage is really useless. The third prince has given them so much support. Yet, they still need our help. They are really useless. The chief of the Heavenly Plants demonic beast clan said as his huge body gradually shrunk to a few meters. At the position of the roots, a seed slowly flew in front of him. I wonder when the seed of advancement will be fully nurtured. The chief of the Heavenly Plants demonic beast clan looked at the seed in front of him and muttered, "I hope it can mature before the cataclysm." Chapter 3557. A month was a very short period of time, but within this month, with the abilities of the venom-horned dragon and the rest, it was very easy for them to parasitize a first or second order universe lord. However, if it wanted to latch onto a third order sovereign realm expert, it would require a lot of luck. But it was a pity that the 2 of them did not have such luck. There was simply too little time for them to parasitize a third order universe lord. If they were given a few years, they had the confidence to do so. Even so, they managed to latch onto a second-order sovereign realm expert's body within a short month. Of the 2 parasitized experts, one was a son of the Heaven Plants demonic beast tribe leader. The other was the great elder of the Heaven Plant demonic beasts, who was in charge of everything. The Heaven Plants demonic beast tribe was divided into 12 branches, each under the control of the great elder. Wang Xian stayed in a tavern on the outskirts of the Heaven Plants demonic beast tribe. Over this month, he received a lot of information. He sent all the information to Tian Zhen and the rest. On the 27th day, the 8 division demon fiends received all the information they could. Looking at the information they sent, his eyes flickered. According to the information they received, in 4 days, the Heaven Plants demonic beast tribe leader would personally lead 12 branches, 15 third order universe lords to the divine dragon bloodline. On top of that, there would be 2 third order sovereigns guarding the clan. There were also a few third order universe lords in closed-door cultivation. Unless there was an emergency, they could not be contacted. 4 days later, looks like it's the right time. 15 third order universe lords are gathering together. Wang Xian's eyes lit up when he saw the information. Currently, the Dragon Palace had 23rd order sovereigns. The other party had 15 of them in such a short period of time. But for now, he, the Water Tentacle King, and Tianzhen were enough to deal with all the Third Order Universe Lords of the Heaven Plants demonic beast tribe. 15 Third Order sovereigns could be killed in no time at all. Move out, this time, we will annihilate the Heaven Plants demonic beast tribe. Try, Mad 1, Gad 2, Catch, X. After obtaining so much information, Wang Xian's eyes shone with a cold radiance. This time, the possibility of destroying the entire Heaven Plant race was very high. He sat in the restaurant and waited quietly. 3 days later, An Lai appeared before Wang Xian. Go. Wang Xian nodded at him and they disappeared in an instant. When Wang Xian reappeared, he was already at the core area of the Heavenly Plants. Inside a giant tree, Dragon King. Beside him, a tree man bowed respectfully to Wang Xian. En. Wang Xian nodded his head and asked, "How's the situation with Demon Fiend?" Dragon King, there's no problem with the Demon Fiends. Once we take action tomorrow, they will immediately destroy all the teleportation formations. They won't be able to send any reinforcements in the short term. Yamata no Orokai, who was parasitizing the Celestial Plant Demonic Beast Clan's affairs Great Elder, reported respectfully. All right, unveils, bring Tianjin and the others here. Are you safe here? Wang Xian nodded his head and continued speaking to Yamata no Orokai. Dragon King, don't worry. There won't be any problems. Although this place is very close to the waterfall where the Heaven Plant Demonic Beast experts will gather tomorrow, it's 100% safe. No one will suspect anything, Yamata no Orokai said confidently. Wang Xian nodded his head. At this moment, the Heaven Plant Demonic Beasts would never have expected that they had already arrived at their homeland. They would never have expected their experts to be parasitized by the experts from the Dragon Palace. The sacred dragon bloodline had just made the announcement slightly more than a month ago. To them, even if the Dragon Palace was really bold and wanted to take revenge on the 6 major races, they would still need more than a year to rush over. Never in their wildest dreams would they have expected Wang Xian to be here a month ago. It was also a coincidence that Wang Xian could strike at the Heaven Plant Demonic Beast clan. If he wasn't thinking of hunting the experts and disciples of the sacred dragon bloodline, he wouldn't have the time to do so. He wouldn't have this chance. Unveils disappeared. 10 seconds later, Tianjin, Roving Heavens, Roving Demon and the rest appeared in front of Wang Xian. Greetings, Dragon King. When they saw Wang Xian, they immediately greeted him respectfully. Everyone, retract your aura. Don't get discovered. We'll strike in 10 hours. Yamata no Orokai, take out the map. Try, Mad 1, Gad 2, catch, X, said Wang Xian to them. Yes. Yamata no Orokai nodded his head. With a wave of his arm, the map of this region appeared before everyone. Yamata no Orokai explained to them one by one, we'll strike tomorrow. Tianjin, you set up the trapping array first. Each of you will take on one of them. I'll hunt them down one by one, Wang Xian said to them after Yamata no Orokai finished. The experts from the Dragon Palace nodded their heads with murderous intent in their eyes. Wait quietly. We still have a high chance of annihilating them. Wang Xian smiled. More than 10 hours passed. In just the blink of an eye, Yamata no Orokai walked out and monitored all the news. At the side of the waterfall, the leader of the Heaven Plant Demonic Beast clan transformed into a towering tree and rooted himself there. More than 10 hours later, figures flew over one by one. Each of them exuded a powerful aura. The experts from the Heaven Plant Demonic Beast clan belonged to the plant-type Demonic Beast clan. Each of them looked different from the ordinary experts from the Heaven Plant Demonic Beast clan. They were all mutated Heaven Plant Demonic Beast. Because of the mutation, they possessed talents and bloodlines that weren't any weaker than the pinnacle races. However, such mutation could only be encountered by chance. In the entire Heaven Plant Demonic Beast clan, there were only over 20 mutated demonic beasts in the entire Heaven Plant forest. One should know that the number of demonic beasts in the entire Heaven Plant forest was terrifying. One by one, the experts from the Heaven Plant Demonic Beast clan flew over and landed beside the leader of the Heaven Plant Demonic Beast clan. Leader. They greeted him respectfully. We'll set off immediately after everyone arrives. The leader of the Heaven Plant Demonic Beast clan shrunk his body gradually as he spoke plainly. Leader, the 6 major races don't need to send so many experts to unify the Divine Dragon clan. Each race only needs to send 10 experts. A tree man with white branches said plainly. From his words, it was clear that he didn't care about the Divine Dragon lineage. Just in case, the Dragon Palace doesn't seem weak. The Dragon King of the Dragon Palace could easily kill the son of the Dragon Saint who possessed 2 inborn cardinal treasures. The leader of the Heaven Plant Demonic Beast clan said plainly. Chapter 3558. The primordial cardinal treasure in Sun Shenglong's hands does not truly belong to him. Sun Shenglong's strength is much weaker than you, clan leader, a Heaven Plant Demonic Beast expert said indifferently. Sun Sheng is not as strong as me. However, the Dragon King of Dragon Palace should be much stronger than me. The Heaven Plant Demonic Beasts clan leader said. He acknowledged the strength of the Dragon Palace's Dragon King. The ancestral dragon lineage is in a state of disunity now. After killing the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace, I reckon the Divine Dragon clan will be unified. It will be too easy for us 6 clans to unite. I'm interested in the corpses of purebred divine dragons. Let's see if I can collect the corpse of a purebred divine dragon this time. Hee hee. The peak experts of the Heaven Plant Demonic Beast clan spoke. It wasn't too important to help the sacred dragon bloodline unify the divine dragon clan. The main reason was that they were too strong. This time, with 70 to 83rd order sovereigns, wouldn't it be a piece of cake? Su. While they were talking, the peak experts of the Heaven Plant Demonic Beasts arrived. In less than half an hour, the 14 pinnacle experts had all arrived. Including the Heaven Plant Demonic Beast clan leader, there were a total of 15. Buzz. The moment the 15 experts arrived, a piece of news had already reached Wang Xian's side. Wang Xian and the rest collected their thoughts and walked out from the giant tree. The giant tree was very close to the Heaven Plant's Demon Beast Patriarch and the other 15 expert. It was merely a distance of 10 million kilometers. To experts of their level, this distance could be covered in a split second. Wang Xian's dragon eyes flickered. He locked his gaze on the leader of the Heaven Plant's demonic beasts in the middle and revealed a cold smile. He wanted to help the sacred dragon bloodline unify the divine dragon clan. Since you're courting death, I'll annihilate you all today. Crash. The endless saint wings appeared on his back. The experts of Dragon Palace behind him were stunned. Buzz. At this moment, a piece of news came from the Devil Fiend. All the teleportation arrays had been destroyed. Do it. Wang Xian let out a deep roar. He flapped his unbeginning sacred wings and moved instantly. The target was the leader of the Heaven Plant Demonic Beast. At the same time, the Water Tentacle King, Lingling, and Dark Ghost's avatar appeared at his side. Try, Mad 1, Gad 2, Catch, X. His speed instantly reached its peak. Behind him, the experts of Dragon Palace also broke out in an instant. Only the heavenly array began to set up array formations to prevent them from escaping. All right, everyone is here. Let's go. At the front, the Heaven Plant's tribe leader saw that everyone was present and said. However, before he could finish his sentence, he felt a great fear envelop him completely. He felt a chill in his heart as he sensed death approaching. Not good. He hurriedly looked forward and his face was filled with fear. His entire body emitted green light and the power of light. A fresh flower appeared above his head. Pu. But in the next moment, Wang Xian's dragon claw pierced through it. A destructive power filled his body, and his life force was instantly extinguished. Bam! However, when Wang Xian felt that he had killed the leader of the Heaven Plant's demon beasts in an instant, he frowned slightly. It was supposed to be a corpse, but it turned out to be a piece of wood. He had actually escaped a calamity. There's a life-saving treasure. He frowned slightly, but his movements didn't stop. Instead, he turned and attacked a pinnacle Heaven Plant demon beast expert. His speed was still horrifying. The group of pinnacle Heaven Plant demon beasts obviously hadn't reacted in time. Boom. That pinnacle Heaven Plant demon beast expert who was attacked by Wang Xian felt threatened. His expression changed drastically, and thorns formed into layers of defense. Swoosh. However, Wang Xian wasn't the only one who attacked this time. The Water Tentacle King on his shoulder also struck instantly. Wang Xian's 5 elements grindstone also blasted towards him. No. That pinnacle Heaven Plant demon beast expert felt the horrifying attack and screamed in horror. Rumble. However, he couldn't dodge at all as all kinds of attacks landed on him. However, what surprised Wang Xian was that when the destructive energy landed on him, his life force vanished rapidly. After the attack, a seed was left on his body. This seed hurriedly fled to the side. They sure have a lot of life-saving techniques. He wasn't sure if he was unlucky, or the experts of the Heaven Plant Demon Beast race had too many life-saving techniques. Try, Mad 1, Gad 2, the leader of the Heaven Plant's demonic beasts and this expert had both dodged his sure-kill attack. Kill him. How dare he attack the territory of our Heaven Plant Demon Beast race? Kill him. At this time, all the experts of the Heaven Plant Demon Beast race reacted and roared ferociously. Swoosh. Who is it? How dare you barge into our territory? You must be tired of living. At the location of the waterfall, a towering tree slowly emerged from it. Its huge face and pupils stared at Wang Xian as it roared furiously. "You're dead." He was the leader of the Heaven Plant Demon Beast race who had escaped with his life-saving treasure. At this moment, he stared at Wang Xian with fear and anger as he roared ferociously. If it wasn't for his powerful treasure, he would have been killed. Who was the other party? How dare he attack the territory of the Heaven Plant Demon Beast race? Who was courting death? They were a subsidiary race of the Angel race. TSK, leader of the Heaven Plant Demon Beast race, I didn't expect you to have life-saving techniques. Didn't you want to help the sacred dragon bloodline? Today, the Dragon Palace will annihilate you. Wang Xian saw the leader of the Heaven Plant Demon Beast race appear again with cold killing intent in his eyes. Swoosh. As he spoke, he flapped his unbeginning saint wings and continued to attack the leader of the Heaven Plant Demon Beast race. He wanted to see how many life-saving treasures the other party had. Dragon Palace? Why is it the Dragon Palace? Damn it, kill them. The leader of the Heaven Plant Demon Beast race was in disbelief when he heard Wang Xian. He roared furiously when he saw the other party charging towards him at a terrifying speed. Today, the Dragon Palace will annihilate the Heaven Plant Demon Beast race. However, as soon as he finished speaking, he was greeted by the murderous voices of the experts from Dragon Palace. The group of experts from the Dragon Palace charged over. What? Why are there so many experts charging over? SSS, where's the defense of the Heaven Plant Demon Beast race? How did they get in? Over a dozen pinnacle experts from the Heaven Plant Demon Beast race were shocked when they saw this. How did the group of experts from the Dragon Palace charge over? They didn't sense it at all. Chapter 3559, Damn it. The group of third-order sovereigns stared at the experts from the Dragon Palace in shock. Looking at the dozens of third-order sovereigns from Dragon Palace, they were extremely embarrassed. Dragon Palace had already reached their lair, and they didn't even realize it. Kill. Wang Xian continued to lock on to the leader of Heaven Plant's demon beasts as he barked coldly. The power of wind and lightning erupted from the unbeginning sacred wings. Attack. This is the territory of Heaven Plant's demon beasts. Given our strength, we can definitely defend. The leader of Heaven Plant's demon beasts was on high alert when he saw Wang Xian charging towards him again. He roared loudly, and a branch stretched out from his body. On this branch, there was a dazzling radiance leaf. This leaf contained terrifying power. To the leader of Heaven Plant's demon beasts, he was killed in an instant because of a sneak attack. Now that he had taken out his innate cardinal treasure and was in his complete form, even if he wasn't a match for the Dragon King, he could at least spar with him. That dazzling leaf shone brightly, and densely packed radiance leaves appeared in the surrounding. These radiance leaves attacked Wang Xian directly. Even though Wang Xian was fast, he was still locked on. Dragon King, leave it to me. However, the leader of Heaven Plant's demon beasts had underestimated this. The King of Water tentacles on Wang Xian's shoulder moved and charged towards the inborn cardinal treasure, the radiant leaf. Swish. Her entire body turned into a ball of seawater and enveloped the leaves. The seawater enveloped the radiance leaf completely. Wang Xian continued to attack the leader of Heaven Plant's demon beast. What? The leader of Heaven Plant's demon beasts was stunned to see his innate cardinal treasure being blocked by a demonic beast. He hurriedly waved the branches on his body to resist. However, the attack of the Water Tentacle King wasn't blocked. Instead, it covered the branch. What the hell is this? The leader of Heaven Plant's demon beasts was shocked to see this terrifying attack and couldn't help but scream in horror. Wang. At this time, the 5 elements grindstone flew out from Wang Xian's body and shrouded the sky above the leader. Try, Mad 1, Gad 2, Catch, X. The great grindstone of 5 elements grew larger and completely covered it. Above it, the 5 divine dragons let out furious roars. Not good. Sensing this terrifying pressure, the Heaven Plant Tribe Patriarch's expression changed drastically, and his eyes were filled with fear. The 5 elements grindstone gave him the threat of death. Crash. At this moment, Wang Xian dashed in front of him again with his arms transformed into dragon claws. A huge dragon claw struck towards his body. Get lost. The leader of the Heaven Plant's demonic beast tribe had a drastic change in expression as he roared with a hideous look. Countless vines shot towards Wang Xian. One by one, the branches attacked. Around Wang Xian, the Tai Chi dragon board appeared. As the Tai Chi dragon coil spun, the branches landed on it, but the Tai Chi dragon coil did not move at all. On the contrary, a terrifying backlash caused the branches to wither rapidly. Ah! A painful howl came from the mouth of the Heaven Plant race's patriarch. At this moment, Wang Xian's dragon claw landed on the main trunk of his body and sank into it. The destructive force of the 5 elements was dissolving his vitality. No, no! The Heaven Plant tribe patriarch could feel his body disappearing, and he screamed in horror. Instant kill! It was another instant kill. Previously, he thought it was because he was caught off guard and killed in an instant. This time, he was still killed in an instant even though he had made all the preparations. His strength wasn't weak among the third-order universe sovereigns, especially when he had an inborn cardinal treasure, and he was still killed in an instant. Just how strong was the Dragon King? Die! The energy from Wang Xian's body surged towards the body of the Heaven Plant tribe patriarch. His body started to wither rapidly. His vitality was disappearing rapidly. Soon, his vitality was completely gone, leaving behind a humongous corpse. However, just as the vitality of the Heaven Plant tribe patriarch was disappearing, he sensed a seed awakening in the depths of the waterfall not far away. On this seed, there were traces of weak wind and lightning power remaining. This was the power of the unbeginning sacred wings. Oh! He still has a life-saving technique? Wang Xian raised an eyebrow. However, this life-saving technique only retained a sliver of hope for revival. It wasn't the revival that avoided the fatal blow. Try, Mad 1, Gad 2, Catch, X, what? Tribe leader? Tribe leader was killed again. The strength of this Dragon King is terrifying. We are no match for him. At this time, in the surroundings, the remaining peak experts of the Heaven Plant demonic beast race felt their patriarch being killed again, and all of them tremble. Their tribe leader was killed again, killed in an instant again. How could the strength of this Dragon King be so terrifying? Facing such strength, how could they resist? Run, run! All the peak experts of the Heaven Plant demonic beast race prepared to flee immediately. The strength of the Dragon King was too terrifying. Wang. However, at this moment, just as they were about to escape, the entire sky started to change color. 9 colored auspicious clouds appeared in the sky above them out of nowhere. These auspicious clouds reflected some rays of light. These auspicious clouds reflected some light and scattered over this space. Oh no, they have sorcerers, powerful sorcerers. Seeing the sudden appearance of the 9 colored auspicious clouds and sensing the changes in the surrounding space, their expressions changed drastically. Ah! At this moment, a blood-curdling scream was heard. This scream caused the peak experts of the Heaven Plant demonic beast race to tremble once more. They hurriedly looked to the side. At the side, a creepy black and white figure had pierced through one of their companions. And in front of their companion, there was a creepy dragon that was giving off a strange and bewildering aura. She had a human body and a dragon tail, giving off a creepy vibe. Her long wavy hair was exceptionally beautiful, and every move she made could tug at one's soul. She had a pair of black and red eyes. When they looked at each other, it was extremely creepy. This was the Black Dragon. The Black Dragon was born from the corpse of a unique and creepy ancestral sorcerer in the Dragon Palace. This ancestral sorcerer was known as the creator by the snake lady that Wang Xian had saved previously. Subsequently, 1,000 dolphins were transformed into black dragons. Currently, the Dragon Palace had 1,000 black dragons, and the leader of the black spider lilies. Standing in front of the Heaven Plant tribe expert was the leader of the black spider lilies. With the black spider lilies and roving demon easily killed a third-order universe sovereign expert. Hey! The black dragon is really strong and creepy on the battlefield. If I had known, I would have increased her strength in advance. Wang Xian looked over and muttered to himself. Chapter 3560, SSS. The leader of the Heaven Plant demonic beasts was killed. Another pinnacle expert was killed. The remaining 12 third-order sovereigns drew in a breath of cold air. Their faces were filled with astonishment. "Run for your life!" The 12-peak heaven plant demonic beasts released a terrifying aura as they quickly fled into the distance. "Hehe, none of you can escape today." Wang Xian's eyes were cold. He flapped his unbeginning sacred wings and locked onto a pinnacle heaven plant demonic beast as he attacked. No. That pinnacle heaven plant demonic beast sensed Wang Xian charging towards him. His face was filled with despair as he roared. However, all his roars were futile. Wang Xian dashed to his front in an instant, grabbed his body with his dragon claws, and killed him instantly. With the 5 elements grindstone and the Tai Chi dragon coil, Wang Xian didn't even need to use Dark Ghost's doppelganger and Lingling's power to kill opponents of the same level, especially those without innate cardinal treasures. In an instant, 15 third-order sovereigns from the heaven plant demonic beast race. 1 was severely injured and escaped with a treasure. 3 were killed. 1 of them was their leader. The other 11 pinnacle heaven plant demonic beast experts were filled with despair when they saw this scene. The powerful sorcerers from Dragon Palace had sealed the surroundings. They couldn't return to their divine kingdom instantly. Under the siege of the experts from Dragon Palace, they didn't have the ability to escape. Especially the Dragon King of Dragon Palace. His strength was simply too horrifying. Instant kill of the same level. Who would be able to withstand it? But at this moment, they couldn't just stand there and wait for death. They could only desperately resist. Next. After killing another one, Wang Xian immediately moved on to the next one. Originally, the experts from Dragon Palace outnumbered the heaven plant demonic beasts. Now that they were killed one after another, it became a situation of 2 against 1. "No. Save me." Another pinnacle expert from the heaven plant demonic beast clan was locked on by Wang Xian. That expert roared in despair. They couldn't hide or escape. There was only death. This was something that made them feel despair. PFFF. Wang Xian's dragon claws pierced through again. Another one was killed. Try, Mad 1, Gad 2, however, after killing a few more, Wang Xian realized that he could sense a weak energy at the bottom of the waterfall. That was the energy left behind by seeking enemies in the void. This energy was very weak. This caused him to have some guesses. Boom boom boom. Just as Wang Xian was about to launch an attack on the next pinnacle expert of the heaven plant demonic beast clan, a rumbling sound came from the surrounding. This roar was the warning of the heaven plant demonic beast. The commotion here attracted the attention of all the heaven plant tribe expert. Someone is invading our race. Kill the invaders. There are actually enemies invading the center of our race. Kill, kill, kill. Heaven plant demon beast core, prepare. Roars could be heard coming from outside. At the same time, 2 gigantic trees soared into the sky from 2 different locations. They were all third-order universe sovereigns. He was also an expert of the heaven plant demon beast race that had stayed behind to guard the race. They looked over and sensed the terrifying aura. Their expressions changed slightly. Patriarch. They roared angrily and charged straight at him. "I'll leave this to you." Wang Xian saw the 2 pinnacle experts of the heaven plant demonic beast race and his eyes shone brightly. He roared, flapped his unbeginning saint wings, and instantly flew towards the third-order universe sovereign expert on the right. The other party was flying over, and behind him, a group of heaven plant demonic beast sovereigns and above followed. Their aura was extremely terrifying. It contained boundless killing intent. There was actually an enemy invading their territory, courting death. Su. However, at this moment, the group of heaven plant demonic beast race experts felt a terrifying attack coming towards them. The third-order universe sovereign expert at the front narrowed his eyes, and his face was filled with caution. "Your speed is still too slow." All of a sudden, a voice rang in his ears. When the third-order sovereign realm expert heard the voice, his pupils shrank. PFFF. However, death followed closely. He did not even have time to react, and did not even look at Wang Xian's figure. Instant kill. Wang. Try, Mad 1, Gad 2. After killing them, Wang Xian waved his arm and sent the 5 elements grindstone towards the group of experts who were at least at the Universe Dominator realm. Not good. What's this? Our Patriarch Elder was killed. Horrified voices rang out, and they quickly stopped in their tracks as they screamed in fear. However, very quickly, screams rang out, and some did not even make a sound. Break the surrounding array, quick. At this moment, on the battlefield beside the waterfall, the group of Heaven Plant Demonic Beast race experts saw their clansmen coming to rescue them, and immediately shouted. On the left, the other Third Order Sovereign Realm expert who had come to provide support heard the commotion, and his expression changed drastically. Hold on, he roared, and prepared to attack the array. However, suddenly, his body tensed up, and he quickly looked ahead. When he saw another Third Order Universe Sovereign Realm comrade who came to help was killed in an instant, he was dumbfounded. Killed in an instant. An expert of the same level as him was killed in an instant. His gaze swept to the center of the battlefield. When he saw the corpses, his body trembled violently. Quick, break the array. An anxious voice came from the center of the battlefield. I'll break it. That Third Order Universe Sovereign expert saw this scene, and his eyes widened, and his heart trembled violently. Without any hesitation, he turned to flee. This invading enemy was too terrifying, and even a Third Order Universe Sovereign expert who came to help was killed in an instant. If he went over, he would be sending himself to his death. Today, the Dragon Palace will annihilate your Heaven Plant Demonic Beast race, and none of you will escape. Right at this moment, a voice entered his ears, and it caused his expression to change drastically. Hua lolo. His huge body moved, and countless branches turned into a terrifying attack, attacking the rear indiscriminately. But to his horror, he sensed a horrifying figure and strange divine dragon treasures revolving around him. All of his attacks had been blocked. At the same time, he felt a strange energy, and it was devouring his body. What kind of enemy was this? Chapter 3561, Fut. Wang Xian flew at high speed, hunting. The dragon claw reaped the life of another Third Order Sovereign Realm expert. No one in the same realm could withstand a single strike from him. Not good. The 2 town elders are dead. The town elders are dead. The opponent is so strong, so terrifying. Urgent alarms rang throughout the sky above the Heaven Plant Demonic Beast race. Countless experts flew over to eliminate the invading enemies. However, before they could rush over, their clan's guardian elder, a Third Order Sovereign Realm expert from their Heaven Plant Demonic Beast cosmos, was killed in an instant. And 2 of them. How could they resist such a terrifying enemy? The group of Heaven Plant Demonic Beast race experts who came to support looked at the corpses of their elders and were enraged. At the same time, they were shocked. Some were horrified. The ones who invaded them were the Dragon Palace. How could their strength be so terrifying? Annihilate the entire Heaven Plant Demonic Beast race. Since they want to kill us, we'll make them disappear from the universe. Wang Xian instantly killed the 2 Third Order Universe Sovereigns who came to help and shouted to the surrounding. Yes, Dragon King. The Yamata no Demonshaw and the others who had been hiding in the surroundings all this while roared. Wong. At the same time, experts from the Dragon Palace appeared at the huge tree that Wang Xian and the rest had rushed over from. There were a total of 500 experts from the Dragon Palace. These 500 experts were all above the Universe Lord level. In the current Dragon Palace, there were over 700 experts above the Universe Lord level. This time, there were 500 of them. Kill, annihilate the Heaven Plant Demonic Beast race. After Enlai brought them over, the group of purebred divine dragons and pinnacle dragon species charged towards the Heaven Plant Demonic Beast race expert. The witch dragons started to set up arrays around them to prevent them from escaping, or they used special methods to lock onto their aura so that they could hunt them down after they escape. The purebred divine dragons roared and transformed into their divine dragon forms, charging towards the Heaven Plant Demonic Beast army. The strange thorny dragon species, the arrow dragon species with terrifying killing abilities. There were also the unpredictable mystic dragons, the berserk dragons, and so on. Try, Mad 1, Gad 2, Catch, X. The peak level dragons began to wreak havoc in the Heaven Plant monster race. The Five Elements grindstone did not require Wang Xian's control as it rapidly hunted down second-order universe sovereigns. A Five Elements river of annihilation could clear a space at a terrifying speed. In this space, all the Heaven Plant demonic beast experts instantly died. Even a second-order sovereign realm expert wouldn't be able to withstand it. The Five Elements grindstone's strength was enough to fight against 3 third-order sovereigns. The Dragon Palace is so powerful. Run. Where are the patriarchs and the others? Where are our ancestors? The strength of the Dragon Palace is terrifying. We are no match for them. Run. The group of universe ruler-level powerhouses fled into the distance, their faces filled with fear. The 2 town elders were instantly killed. A terrifying millstone was slaughtering them. Now, another 500 universe rulers and above had appeared. Without the help of the patriarchs and the other peak experts of the clan, they would only be slaughtered. He didn't even have the strength to resist. Don't let them escape. Kill. The group of experts from the Dragon Palace unleashed their terrifying strength. The 9-winged divine dragons charged at the fastest speed towards the Heaven Plant monster army. Wang Xian scanned the surroundings with a cold look in his eyes. His gaze once again fell on the battlefield beside the waterfall. Over there were 10 third-order sovereigns resisting with all their might. When they fought with all their might, it would be difficult for the group of experts from the Dragon Palace to eliminate them. However, the third-order universe sovereign who was attacked by the Aqua Tentacle King was already gravely injured and about to be slaughtered. Wang Xian flapped his unbeginning sacred wings and rejoined the battlefield. That Dragon King is here again. When they saw Wang Xian charging towards them again, their faces were filled with despair. 2 experts who came to support were instantly killed by him. What else could they use to resist? To them, the strength of the Dragon King was almost as terrifying as a true universe ruler. I'll kill you first. Wang Xian flew to the front of the nearest pinnacle Heaven Plant demonic beast and charged over at a terrifying speed. He ignored the blanket attack and charged over. Try, Mad 1, Gad 2. That pinnacle expert from the Heaven Plant Demon Beast clan was in despair when he saw Wang Xian dashing towards him. Dragon King of Dragon Palace, the lords of the Angel clan will not let you off. They will not let you off. He roared unwillingly. Pu. His roar ended, and so did his life. Angels. Me. Wang Xian snorted coldly. If he had the strength to do so one day, he would definitely send the Angel clan to their graves. Die. This is the price you have to pay for destroying our Dragon Palace. Wang Xian charged towards the other pinnacle experts of the Heaven Plant demonic beast clan. There were no changes in the following battles. Wang Xian rushed over and killed one instantly. The last 10 peak experts of the Heaven Plant demonic beast race. He was easily killed. After the Dragon Palace experts were freed, they immediately flew to the surroundings. They began to wantonly kill the experts and disciples of the Heaven Plant beast. Under the attack of the 5 Elements grindstone, the Heaven Plant demonic beast clan, which was already defeated by the 500 experts of the Dragon Palace, became even more miserable. They fled frantically in all directions. After Wang Xian killed the last third-order universe sovereign, he hovered above the Heaven Plant demonic beast clan and scanned the surrounding. Hee. A smile appeared on his face. It was a perfect battle. 17 third-order sovereigns were killed in a row. Of course, one escaped. However, his corpse and all his energy were left behind. He escaped using a secret technique. He should have escaped back to his own holy kingdom. Next, the heavenly array could curse him to death. As for the other 16 third-order universe sovereigns, they did not really die. When he sensed a trace of energy from the leader of the Heaven Plant demonic beast clan appearing at the waterfall, Wang Xian had a guess. He looked at the waterfall and his eyes shone brightly. Without a doubt, the experts of the Heaven Plant demonic beast clan had all been resurrected there. Of course, their resurrection should be with the help of the Grotto Heaven and Blessed Land. There were many kinds of Grotto Heaven and Blessed Land, and they possessed all sorts of powerful abilities. Wang Xian had seen Grotto Heaven and Blessed Land that could resurrect. Moreover, it was occupied by the Dragon Palace. Chapter 3562. The place that the Dragon Palace had occupied previously had the resurrection tablet. The resurrection tablet could resurrect the dead. The heaven plant demon beast race should have a similar grotto heaven. He looked at the waterfall with a cold smile. Although all the pinnacle experts of the heaven plant demon beast race had been killed, they had been resurrected. As long as they were given sufficient resources, they could return to their pinnacle realm. It won't be that easy to resurrect. Wang Xian moved and immediately flew towards the waterfall. Boom! The waterfall was extremely high, and the depth of the water below was terrifying. When Wang Xian flew over, the waterfall flowed backward. The accumulated waterfall technique flowed towards the surroundings rapidly. The water below the waterfall flowed towards the surroundings rapidly. Soon, there was no water stain at the bottom of the waterfall. In the deepest part of the cave, halfway down, there was a hole. The hole was 1,000 meters wide and was covered by a layer of energy. However, at this moment, there were more than 30 seeds in the hole. These seeds shone with light, and above the races, there were floating illusory figures. The shadows flickered. At the front, the shadow was absorbing all sorts of energy to recover its weakened body. At this moment, the shadow at the front noticed the changes in the waterfall and was shocked. "Chief, we've been discovered." At the back, the group of shadows also sensed it. Their expressions changed drastically as they spoke. "Even if we've been discovered, the defense of our grotto heaven can only be broken by attacks from the Universe Lord realm." Before the chief could speak, a shadow at the side spoke in a deep voice. Swish! At the front, the chief of the heaven plant demon beast race waved his arm and a universe AI flew towards him. Swish! At this moment, Wang Xian's figure appeared in everyone's sight. Who would have expected the heaven plant demon beast race to have such a treasured land that could resurrect so many living beings? Wang Xian came to the front of the heaven plant demon beast's grotto heaven. Through the azure energy shield, he could see more than 30 shadows. Beneath these illusory figures were seed. Clearly, this was their method of resurrection. Try, Mad 1, Gad 2, Catch, X, but they all looked abnormally weak. Dragon Palace's Dragon King, you actually dared to exterminate our heaven plant demonic beast clan. Our angel clan's elders will not let you off. Just wait for your death. The phantom of the heaven plant demonic beast clan's patriarch trembled and roared with a cold expression. Hee. Upon hearing his words, Wang Xian sneered, "The first to perish will be your heaven plant demonic beast clan. Ha, you want to destroy us? As long as we are still here, the heaven plant demonic beast race will not perish. You want to destroy us? Dream on." The leader of the heaven plant demonic beasts roared with a sinister expression. Although their heaven plant demon beasts were destroyed, they were not dead. As long as they didn't die, the heaven plant demonic beasts would be able to return to their peak. However, this time, the blow to their heaven plant demonic beast race was very, very huge. Countless experts, disciples, and resources were all plundered by the Dragon Palace. Only when the Dragon Palace was destroyed could they vent their hatred. Hee, wishful thinking. Heaven plant demonic beast race, this is the price you have to pay for going against the Dragon Palace. Wang Xian waved his arm and the 5 elements grindstone appeared in his hand. He injected energy into it and smashed it at the defensive shield in front of him. Boom! A terrifying collision sound was heard. However, the attack of the 5 elements grindstone didn't break the defensive shield. This made him raise his eyebrows slightly. "You can't break the defensive shield of our grotto heaven and blessed land. I'll watch your Dragon Palace perish." When the leader of the heaven plant demonic beast clan saw the grotto heaven and blessed land withstanding Wang Xian's attack easily, he roared with a hideous expression. He switched on the universe AI and immediately reported the situation to the experts from the angel clan and the sacred dragon bloodline. This time, they were annihilated by the Dragon Palace because of the sacred dragon bloodline. Naturally, they had to come and help them out. "Hey, do you really think I can't do anything to you?" Wang Xian revealed a sarcastic expression as he looked to the sky. Dragon King. Enlai appeared beside Wang Xian as he looked at the grotto heaven and blessed land in front of him. "Yes, Dragon King." Enlai nodded his head and disappeared instantly. The next moment, he disappeared and appeared beside the leader of the heaven plant demonic beast clan. "Hi, Everyone. I'm coming in. Unlai looked at them and greeted them with a smile. Try, Mad One, Gad 2. At this moment, the leader of the Heaven Plant Demonic Beast clan and the rest were staring at Wang Xian with hatred and anger. They were stunned to see Enlai coming in. What's going on? How did he come in? What's going on? Wang. Enlai quickly set up a devil soul sacrificial altar before disappearing and appearing beside Wang Xian. Soon, while they were still in a state of confusion, Enlai brought Wang Xian in. I'm here again. Enlai continued with a smile. You, the leader of the Heaven Plant Demonic Beast clan and the rest trembled violently when they saw Enlai and Wang Xian coming in again. I'll let your Heaven Plant Demonic Beast clan perish first. Wang Xian stared at them. He said with a sarcastic expression, soul assimilation. He waved his arm and performed the soul assimilation on the leader of the Heaven Plant Demonic Beast clan. The weakened leader of the Heaven Plant Demonic Beast clan flashed and entered Wang Xian's body. All the information about him was transmitted into Wang Xian's mind. No. Give us a chance. We're willing to submit. We're willing. Don't kill us. At this moment, all the experts of the Heaven Plant Demonic Beast clan broke down completely. When they were killed just now, they knew they still had a chance to revive. But now, once they died, they would really die. They didn't want to die. The experts of the Heaven Plant Demonic Beast clan wanted to beg for mercy. What's the use of keeping you? Wang Xian looked at them with disdain and performed the soul assimilation art one by one. Soon, more than 30 shadows dissipated. This also meant that the Heaven Plant Demonic Beast clan was completely annihilated. Wang Xian waved his arm and a wave of energy landed on the ground. The protective shield in front of him gradually disappeared. He looked at a stone tree in the middle. This stone tree was connected to the ground and was the core of this paradise. There were more than a dozen dazzling races on the stone tree. As long as one injected their blood essence into these seeds, they could revive through these races after death. Wang Xian walked over to take a look. After confirming that he couldn't take it away, he moved and flew to the side. It's time to harvest. Chapter 3563. The Heaven Plant's Demonic Beast Race, along with the death of the Heaven Plant's Demonic Beast Race, represented the extinction of the entire race. The experts of Dragon Palace started to harvest the resources of the Heaven Plant's Demonic Beast Race. The resources of a powerful high-level race were extremely terrifying. Only the Heaven Plant's Demonic Beast Race is left. Where are they? Not here yet. At the same time, in a palace of the sacred dragon bloodline, the experts of the 5 races had all gathered. They were the subsidiary races of the Heaven Plant's Demonic Beast Race, so it was easy to rush over. They directly used the transfer array to reach the angel race's location, then they would arrive at the sacred dragon bloodline. In terms of time, if they wanted to rush over, they would only need 10 minutes. Now, the Gowl Eaters, Shepherd Gods, Giant of Light, Lightbugs, and Black Fog Spirit race's third-order sovereigns had arrived. Only the Heaven Plant's Demonic Beast Race had yet to arrive. Everyone, please calm down. Brother Heaven Plant Demonic Beasts must have been delayed by a small matter. Let me ask Brother Heaven Plant Demonic Beast. The Sacred Dragon King said with a smile when he saw the experts of the various races rushing him. He took out the Universe AI and opened it. When he opened it, he saw a message from the Heaven Plant's Demonic Beast Race leader. Because he was greeting the experts of the 5 races, he did not check the message on the Universe AI. Now that he saw it was a message from the Heaven Plant's Demonic Beast Race leader, he immediately opened it. What? When he saw the message from the leader of the Heaven Plant Demonic Beasts, he immediately sat up from his throne, his face revealing an expression of incomparable shock. What's wrong? Around them, the powerful cultivators of the 5 major tribes were also shocked to see the Holy Dragon King's pale expression. At their level of cultivation, there were very few things that could make them so shocked. How is this possible? How is this possible? Sacred Dragon King could not help but roar, his expression changed drastically. This caused the surrounding experts to frown and look at him. The Heaven Plant's Demonic Beast Race was invaded by the Dragon Palace. Including the Heaven Plant's Demonic Beast Race leader, they were all killed and revived through the Blessed Land. The Heaven Plant's demonic beast race is almost annihilated. The Holy Dragon King's growl continued. His words stunned all the powerful cultivators of the 5 major tribes. Their faces were filled with shock. How is this possible? Why did the Dragon Palace suddenly attack the Heaven Plant demonic beast race? How could it destroy a Heaven Plant demon beast? The patriarch of the Black Fog Spirit clan stood up instantly and asked in shock. The relationship between the Black Fog Spirit clan and the Heaven Plant demon beast clan was relatively close, so the leader of the Black Fog Spirit clan knew the strength of the Heaven Plant demon beast clan very well. But now, the Heaven Plant demonic beasts were suddenly annihilated. They were a powerful high-level race that had existed for more than 20 billion years. How could they be destroyed so easily? This is a message from the Heaven Plant's demonic beast race leader. I'm sending him a message now, but I haven't received any reply. The Holy Dragon King's expression changed as he spoke. His gaze swept across all the powerful cultivators of the 5 major tribes. The Heaven Plant's demonic beast race leader probably wouldn't spread such news. Come, let's head over immediately. Alright, let's head over to the Heaven Plant's demonic beast race immediately. The powerful cultivators of the 5 major tribes didn't hesitate. They immediately stood up and flew out. The Heaven Plant's demonic beast race leader wouldn't spread such news recklessly. Since he sent such a message, it proved that something had definitely happened to the Heaven Plant's demonic beast race. This shocked all of them. Did the Dragon Palace really annihilate the Heaven Plant's demonic beast race? Wang. They arrived at the teleportation portal of the sacred dragon bloodline and immediately vanish. The next moment, they arrived at a radiant sacred mountain. There was a teleportation portal that led directly to the Heaven Plant's demonic beast race. However, when they arrived, Archangel Gabriel stood in front of the teleportation portal with a slight frown. Greetings, Archangel Gabriel. The Holy Dragon King and the rest greeted Archangel Gabriel respectfully when they saw him. The other side of the teleportation portal has been destroyed. Archangel Gabriel looked at them and said, "Destroyed?" The Holy Dragon King and the rest turned grim when they heard that. The spirit tablet of the Heaven Plant's demonic beast race leader has been broken. He's completely dead. Let's teleport to the Black Fog Spirit tribe first before heading over to investigate. Archangel Gabriel said as he stepped into a teleportation portal at the side. The Heaven Plant's demonic beast race leader is completely dead. The Holy Dragon King and the rest trembled violently when they heard that. They immediately followed closely behind. When they arrived at the Black Fog Spirit tribe, Archangel Gabriel flapped his wings and wrapped around the Holy Dragon King and the rest of the experts. They immediately flew towards the Heaven Plant's demonic beast race. As the distance was too far, even if it was Archangel Gabriel or an expert at the Universe Lord Realm, they would still need 4 days to arrive. However, by the time they arrived, Wang Xian and the experts from the Dragon Palace had already harvested all the resources of the Heaven Plant demonic beast. Including the Universe God Nation that belonged to the disciples of the Heaven Plant's demonic beast race, they were all thrown into the Dragon Palace. This was not a small project, and it took 2 days. It's almost done. And Lai, set up some demonic spiritual altars in the surroundings so that we can teleport here instantly. Let's go back. Wang Xian instructed Lai. He swept his gaze across the disciples of the Dragon Palace and spoke with a smile. Yes, Dragon King. The rest of the experts from the Dragon Palace nodded their heads excitedly as their figures gradually disappeared. The next moment, Wang Xian appeared in the Dragon Palace. Prime Minister Turtle, clean up the spoils of war this time and bring over the precious ones. Wang Xian immediately ordered Prime Minister Turtle when he arrived at the Dragon King Hall. Yes, Dragon King. Prime Minister Turtle responded immediately. Hee. The harvest this time is definitely not small. It will increase the number of Third-Order Universe Lords in the Dragon Palace by more than 20. Wang Xian sat on the dragon throne with a smile on his face. He took out the Universe Smart Computer and looked at the hottest news. The corner of his mouth curved slightly. Currently, the 6 major races had decided to assist the sacred dragon bloodline to unify the divine dragon tribe. This was still the hottest topic. All the experts from the various races and forces were discussing when the sacred dragon bloodline would strike. They were discussing how the Dragon Palace and the sacred dragon bloodline would resist. However, this time, no one was optimistic about the Dragon Palace and the sacred dragon bloodline. This was because this time, it was the alliance of the 6 major races. It was the will of the Light Clan. It was the orders of the Light Clan. How could the Dragon Palace and the ancestral dragon bloodline resist the orders of a pinnacle race? Chapter 3564. Seems like you are not optimistic about Dragon Palace and the ancestral dragon bloodline. In that case, let me give you a surprise. Wang Xian smiled as he read about the 6 major races assisting the sacred dragon bloodline to unify the divine dragon bloodline. He took out the universe AI and immediately posted a message. This message was accompanied by a series of pictures. These pictures were the corpses of the experts of the heavenly plants demon beast race, as well as the scene of their annihilation. He posted it in the name of the Dragon Palace. When Wang Xian posted the message, it immediately caused a huge commotion. In fact, the entire chaotic continent was in an uproar. As there had been a lot of news about the Dragon Palace in the past 1,000 years, many experts and disciples were paying attention to the account on the universe AI. When they saw the information and pictures of the Dragon Palace, all of them were dumbfounded. Dragon Palace, the heavenly plants demon beasts, Gowl Eaters, God Shepherds, Giant of Light, Light Bugs, and Black Fog Spirit Tribe want to help the sacred dragon bloodline to unify the divine dragon bloodline and make the Dragon Palace submit to them. They are the enemies of the Dragon Palace. Today, we have destroyed the heavenly plants demon beast clan to warn the other 5 clans that the sacred dragon bloodline is the enemy of the Dragon Palace. If they help them, they will be the mortal enemy of the Dragon Palace. This was the message posted by Wang Xian, with a dozen pictures attached. Fuck, is this real or fake? Is this real or fake? The Dragon Palace annihilated the heavenly plants demon beast race? SSS, how is this possible? The heavenly plants demon beast race was annihilated. It has only been a month since the 6 major races announced that they would assist the sacred dragon bloodline. In such a short time, the heavenly plants demon beast race was annihilated by the Dragon Palace? This is unbelievable. The heavenly plants demon beast race had at least a dozen third-order universe sovereigns. How could they be annihilated so easily? They had been in the universe for more than 20 billion years. That's the corpse of the heavenly plants demon beast race leader. The heavenly plants demon beast race was really annihilated by the Dragon Palace. How could the Dragon Palace be so powerful? Does the Dragon Palace have a universe sovereign? How could they annihilate the heavenly plants demon beast race so quickly? Even if they rushed over in a month, they wouldn't be able to make it in time. Looking at this message from the Dragon Palace, all the experts and disciples of the various races and forces were dumbfounded. Heaven plant demonic beasts were not weak. A subsidiary race of the angel race, a powerful existence that determined everything. Most importantly, a month ago, the sacred dragon bloodline had announced that the 6 major tribes would assist them in unifying the divine dragon tribe. In the end, the heavenly plant demon beast was destroyed by the Dragon Palace. Moreover, he directly issued a warning that if they dared to help the sacred dragon bloodline, they would end up like the heaven plant demon beasts. The Dragon Palace is too domineering. Who's going to destroy who? One of the 6 major races and the sacred dragon bloodline has already been killed before they even took action. This is simply terrifying. How powerful is the Dragon Palace? With the pictures posted by Wang Xian, no one would think that the news from the Dragon Palace was fake. There was no need for the Dragon Palace to release fake news. The question was, how strong was the Dragon Palace? What kind of power did they have to be able to exterminate an incomparably powerful heaven plant demonic beast race in such a short period of time? This was too terrifying. With such strength, who else could be a match for the Dragon Palace other than the top clans? Probably very, very few, right? Just as countless people were in an uproar, Archangel Gabriel led the sacred Dragon King and the group of experts towards the heaven plant demon beast race. As they didn't need to fly by themselves, the sacred Dragon King checked the information on the universe AI from time to time. He wanted to know if the heaven plant demon beast race had really been annihilated. He quickly saw the information posted by Wang Xian. When he saw the content, his face turned extremely ugly. Lord Archangel Gabriel, the heaven plant demon beast race has been annihilated. The Dragon Palace has posted this information on the universe AI. The sacred Dragon King looked at Archangel Gabriel and said with a bitter face, the heaven plant demon beast race had really been annihilated. A powerful high-level race had been annihilated before they could react. The strength of the Dragon Palace was simply too terrifying. Their strength was much stronger than the sacred dragon bloodline. Archangel Gabriel was stunned when he heard the sacred Dragon King. He moved his palm and took out the universe AI. When he saw the information, his face turned cold. The Dragon Palace is courting death. How dare they annihilate the subsidiary races of the angel tribe? Archangel Gabriel bellowed with a murderous look. Swoosh! He flapped his 12 angel wings and quickly flew toward the heaven plant demon beast's heaven plant forest. At the side, the experts from the other 5 major races also opened the universe AI. When they saw the threat from the Dragon Palace, their faces turned ugly. How dare they threaten us? The Shepherd God tribe's patriarch looked at the message coldly. His expression was extremely ugly. The Shepherd God's tribe had always thought that they were much stronger than the heaven plant demon beast race. However, it would be extremely difficult to annihilate them. In other words, the strength of the Dragon Palace was much stronger than the Shepherd God's tribe. After the heaven plant demon beast race was attacked by the Dragon Palace, they should have requested for help. However, when they received the information, the heaven plant demon beast race had already been annihilated. This meant that the speed at which the heaven plant demon beast race was annihilated was extremely fast. To be able to annihilate the Dragon Palace, which had over 20 third-order universe sovereigns, how strong were they? How many third-order universe sovereigns did they have? According to the rule that it took 3 experts to kill one of the same level, the Dragon Palace had over 60 third-order universe sovereigns. If the experts from the ancestral dragon bloodline were to make a move, the Dragon Palace would have over 40 third-order universe sovereigns. Close to 50. This number was much higher than the Shepherd God's tribe. If the Shepherd God's tribe was attacked, even if they weren't annihilated, they would be in a tragic state. Lord Archangel Gabriel, you have to avenge the heaven plant demon beast clan. The sacred Dragon King's expression changed as he spoke to Archangel Gabriel. Now that the Dragon Palace had displayed such terrifying strength, the sacred Dragon King no longer had the confidence to annihilate them. If the angel race were to make a move, things would be different if Archangel Gabriel were to make a move. Archangel Gabriel snorted and didn't say a word. He was furious about the annihilation of the heaven plant demon beast race. How could a high-level race dare to annihilate a subsidiary race of the angel race? That was simply courting death.